who were reviewed after their introduction in 2017, and if not, whether there are plans to reevaluate. This is the reevaluation of chiefs and assistant chiefs to accommodate them with the needs of marginalized communities. These are questions that have been raised by Honorable William Kamket to the Honorable CS for Interior, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen. The CS for Interior will be appearing to Parliament this afternoon, specifically at the National Assembly, pursuant to Standing Orders number 42A, subsection 6B, that require the Cabinet Secretaries to appear before the plenary to answer questions from members of Parliament. Honourable Member for Isiolo County, Honourable Mumina Bonaya, will be asking the Cabinet Secretary for Interior to provide an update of the operationalization of newly created administrative units in Isiolo County that were gazetted in March 2022. And could the Cabinet Secretary equally state the measures taken by the Ministry to fast-track the process, including a clear timeline for their operationalization? So these are just some of the questions, but the CS for Interior will be expected to provide answers on. There are a number of questions, as about 5 members of Parliament have questions directed to the Ministry of Interior. Pursuant to Standing Orders number 42, subsection 44, subsection 2C, Honourable Robert Mbui will be requesting for statement. His statement is in regards to the status of the disbursement of capitation funds to schools that will be handled by the Committee on Matters Education, and so is a statement by Honourable Joyce Bensouda on the criteria for the recruitment of deployment of teachers in schools across the country. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Honourable Moses Wetangula, is in the chambers this afternoon. Enjoy your viewing and have a...
Mheshimiwa, tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umetoa nyadhifa za viongozi na mabunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu, tukusihi utazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambao wameridhika kutuita tutekeleze shughuli muhimu za jamhuri yetu. Tunakuomba uteremshie baraka zako sisi tulikutanika hapa, na utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako siendelezwe, na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao umesikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Sergeant, ring the quorum bell.
While the business of the National Assembly has just commenced at 2:30 p.m., being the appointed time for the House to commence business on Wednesday afternoon, with a quorum bell directive from the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honourable Dr. Moses Wetangula, who has directed the Sergeant-at-Arms to ring the quorum bell to allow for members of Parliament to make their way into the chamber this afternoon to necessitate the quoration of the House to proceed with the consideration of business before it. The Honourable Member for Homa Bay, Honourable Dr. Joyce Bensouda, will be requesting for a statement this afternoon. This statement is in regards to the recruitment criteria and deployment of teachers in schools across the country, and this statement, being a request for statement, will be handled by the Committee for Education. The Honourable Member for Gilgil, Honourable Martha Wangari, equally has questions for the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. Honourable Member for Gilgil wants the Cabinet Secretary for Interior to provide a detailed report on the status of investigations into the death of Mr. Justus Omolo, who happens to be a local fisherman whose body was retrieved from Lake Nakuru on the 21st of February 2025. The CS for Interior is also required to outline the steps being taken by the ministry to ensure that the perpetrators are apprehended, including whether any arrests have been made so far. The quorum has been achieved. Allow me to hand you over. Hello? Yes, Paul.
Proceed as follows. After the preliminaries, we'll skip order number 7, put question at order number 8, do first reading at order number 9. I don't see Junet here. Naomi, do you have any brief on order number 10? Order number 10, honorable members, is a very straightforward motion. I don't anticipate any unhelpful debate. It's about extending the time of the selection panel on IEBC for 2 weeks. The request has been approved by PSC. It has been approved by House Business Committee. And I'll hesitate to allow unhelpful debate to interfere with the ongoing recruitment process, because the selection panel is interviewing candidates for chair and commissioners of IEBC, and I know many of us in front of the camera, we go sometimes overboard. I will encourage that this motion be disposed of in the shortest time possible, because the organs of your house have agreed to extend for 2 weeks for them to finish their work. In good time, you will have an opportunity to debate their products when they come to this house. After that, then we'll go to questions, and the Minister for Interior is supposed to be here. So if we can deal with those preliminaries up to 3:30 latest, or 3:15 in fact, then we go to questions. So clerk, you can now call.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
As we do so, those who are able to get the minority whip can call him, or Robert Mbui will be moving the motion on extension. Look for your boss. Who? Oh, Naomi Wako is there? Okay, fine. Honorable members, I have a short communication on the designation of member as the Vice Chairperson of the Committee of Powers and Privileges. Honorable members, as you may be aware, the National Assembly Committee of Powers and Privileges is constituted under Section 15 of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, Cap 6. In establishing the committee, the Act designates the Speaker as chairperson, but neither provides for the position of vice chairperson to deputize the Speaker, nor the manner of causing a member to take charge of the affairs of the committee in the absence of the Speaker, as is the case for other select committees. Given the nature of the work of the committee vis-à-vis the responsibilities and various hats worn by the holder of the office of the Speaker, it is not feasibly possible for the Speaker to be available to preside over the meetings of the committee on a regular basis. Further, it is not tenable for the Speaker to sit in the Liaison Committee as the chairperson representing the Committee of Powers and Privileges. In order to strike a fair balance and ensure that the Committee of Powers and Privileges is able to regularly transact its business unhindered and to also have representation in the Liaison Committee, I hereby designate the Honorable Joseph Lekuton, CBS MP, a member of the committee, as the Vice Chairperson of the Committee of Powers and Privileges. Further to his role as the Vice Chairperson, Honorable Lekuton will be the representative of the committee in the Liaison Committee. Honorable members, in the same vein, I also designate the Honorable Omboko Milemba, CBS MP, as the representative of the House Business Committee in the Liaison Committee. The designation of the Honorable Lekuton and Honorable Milemba takes effect immediately and shall remain in force until the lapse of the term of their respective committees or such other time as the appointing authority may deem fit. The relevant committees and indeed the House are accordingly guided. I thank you. Next.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Naomi.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Wednesday, April 2, 2025, afternoon sitting. Number 1, reports of the Auditor General Financial Statement for the years ended 30th June 2021, 30th June 2022, 30th June 2023, and the certificates therein in respect of number 1, Akwisi Secondary School, 2, Alliance Girls High School, 3, Alliance High School, 4, Bridia Girls High School, 5, Chandera Secondary School, 6, Chinga Boys High School, 7, Disoni Secondary School, 8, Galana Boys Secondary School, 9, Gilgil Town Secondary School, 10, Kabasi Secondary School, 11, Kanjuri High School, 12, Kapsabet High School, 13, Karatina Girls High School, 14, Kiomoni Boys Secondary School, 15, Kenyatta High School, Mahiga, 16, Kihome Secondary School, 17, Kiriti Girls Secondary School, 18, Kirobon Girls High School, 19, Kisima Girls High School, 20, Kombeni Girls Secondary School, 21, Komodai Girls High School, 22, Loreto Kiambu Girls High School, 23, Marilyle High School, 24, Mary Mount Secondary School, and 25, Moi Forces Academy. Number 2, approval of the additional funding under Article 223 of the Constitution relating to FY 2024-2025 Supplementary Estimate Number 2 from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. Number 3, the 4th Annual Report for the financial year 2023-2024 of the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I lay.
Thank you, Naomi. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security, you are supposed to lay a paper on the table, but on your request, I'll defer this to next week, to Tuesday next week.
Just wanted to say something.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate Honorable Speaker. And as earlier indicated, being the sponsor of the bill as the lead of majority, and having had the members' consideration and deliberations, we wanted to have a bit more time so that we can able to reach more consensus on the same. So thank you so much for the consideration.
Thank you. Honorable members, before the next order, allow me to acknowledge the following schools in the Speaker's Gallery. Nyambaria High School from Kitutu, Masaba, Nyamira. In the public gallery, Nziu Secondary School from Makueni. Isunguluni Comprehensive School from Kibwezi East, Makueni. Chemasis Primary School from Rongai, Nakuru. Kithingiesio Junior School from Kibwezi East, Makueni. I've been requested by the Honorable Member for Kitutu Masaba, the Honorable Gisairo, to welcome a school from his constituency. You can do so on behalf of the House of all the other schools.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Nyambaria High School and all the other schools that have come here today. Honorable Speaker, this is a house where the laws, legislation, and legislative work is done that shapes how this country operates. This is a great opportunity for all these students, more so the young men from the school in my constituency, Nyambaria High School, to learn, because we do expect that in the coming years, most of these young people in this house today will be sitting where we are sitting here today as they try to shape the direction of this country in the coming years. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the House and myself, we welcome all these students into this house, and we hope while they live here, they will live with valuable lessons and will carry a lot to take to their colleagues. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Kiamba iko nini? Naona unainua mkono.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As you have heard, Makueni is predominant, and we are here present. On behalf of the House, I also wish to welcome all the students of Parliament, and especially the much population from Makueni, including Zio Secondary, which is one of the largest day school, performing day school. And we want to wish them all the best, all the students, and ask them, make day school work, because it makes education very cheap for us in this country and for our parents. Thank you and wish you all the best.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 8, motion. Public petition on legal recognition and protection of e-hailing motorcycle riders and delivery personnel. Question to be put.
Honorable Member for Bumula, take your seat. Honorable members, I now put the question at order number 8, which is that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on its consideration of the public petition number 14 of 2024 regarding legal recognition and protection of e-hailing motorcycle riders and delivery personnel laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 20th February 2025. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next.
Order number 9, the Social Protection Bill, National Assembly Bill number 12 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide a framework for the administration of non-contributory social protection interventions, to establish the National Board for Social Protection and for connected purposes. Order number 10, motion, extension of time for the recruitment of persons for appointment as the chairperson and members of the IEBC.
Yes, yes, Robert?
Speaker, I was wondering, I had a statement and it was scheduled to be...
You came in late?
No, I didn't come in late, I've been with you.
I gave direction
Yes, sir.
that we will skip order number 7
sorry.
and dispose of order number 10 before we come back to... You recall I even asked you if you are going to move on behalf of your leader. Okay. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move
And Honorable Junet, I've already given direction in your absence.
Yes.
That this is a very simple procedural motion.
Yes.
It has been passed through PSC,
Yes.
through the House Business Committee where you sit, and I'll not open debate to start speaking for or against the ongoing process of recruiting IEBC chair and commissioners. You will have an opportunity to debate when the results come to the House. This is pure and simple extension of the time for 2 weeks. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the motion on extension of the time for the recruitment of persons for appointment as the chairperson and members of the IEBC. Aware that by the Gazette Notice number 1901 and 2543 dated 14th February 2023 and 1st March 2023 respectively, His Excellency the President declared one vacancy for the position of the chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and 6 vacancies for the position of member of the IEBC. Further aware that via the Gazette Notice number 715 of 27th January 2025, His Excellency the President appointed members of the selection panel for the recruitment of nominees for appointment as the chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Noting that upon appointment, the selection panel commenced the recruitment process and long-listed all applicants and subsequently shortlisted qualified applicants for the position of chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Further noting that paragraph 6.1 of the first schedule in the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, Cap 7C, provides that the selection panel shall finalize the recruitment exercise within 90 days of its appointment and forward the names of the nominees to the President. Conscious that the selection panel is currently undertaking the interviews of the shortlisted candidates for the position of chairpersons and members of the IEBC, and that given the interview schedule of all shortlisted applicants, the panel has inadequate time to conclude the recruitment process. Further conscious of the need for the selection panel to ensure the recruitment process complies with the constitutional principles of regional balance, representation of the youth, and overall inclusivity, while ensuring that the interviews are conducted as far as is possible within official working days and hours. Now, therefore, pursuant to the provisions of paragraph 6.2 of the first schedule to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, Cap 7C, the House of Parliament resolved to extend the tenure of the selection panel for the recruitment of persons for appointment as chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission for a period of 14 days from 28th April 2025. Mr. Speaker, having moved the motion, Mr. Speaker, this is a very, very important process for the country. And Mr. Speaker, because this country has stayed without an electoral commission since we came from the last election of 2022, Mr. Speaker. And this process has mutated from one point to another, Mr. Speaker. Blame games have been, thrown everywhere, Mr. Speaker. Sometimes Parliament, sometimes the judiciary that were issuing court orders, Mr. Speaker. But in the end, this is a parliamentary process, Mr. Speaker, because, Mr. Speaker, I want to remind, and I want my deputy leader to listen to me carefully. Mr. Speaker, when we came back from the election, there was a panel that was constituted, Mr. Speaker. People from our side, where I lead, the Azimio, went to the streets, Mr. Speaker, and did demonstrations. And we said that we have no confidence in that panel, and that panel has to be removed. And later, as a country, we agreed upon that we need to relook into that matter because it's a very important matter to every Kenyan. So what happened? A committee called NADCO was constituted. And that NADCO was chaired by the majority leader, Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, and the leader of the Wiper Party, who was my leader, also in Azimio, Mr. Speaker, co-chaired with him. And they sat in Bomas of Kenya, I think, for 60 or 90 days. Even that was a parliamentary process, because the secretarial services was being provided by the Parliamentary Service Commission. Mr. Speaker, the NADCO committee came up with a report that was presented to this House, accompanied by bills, amendments to the Elections Act and amendments to the Political Parties Act, Mr. Speaker. And I remember we were told, this is a bipartisan arrangement, we should not amend anything. We should pass the report plus the amendments to the bills as has been presented, Mr. Speaker. And we obliged. After that, the constitution of the panel kicked in, Mr. Speaker, and we got representative as per the amendment that we did to the Act, Mr. Speaker. 2 members from the minority side, 2 members from the majority side, 2 members from the religious society, 1 member from Law Society of Kenya, 1 member from non-parliamentary parties through the Political Parties Liaisons Committee, and 1 member from ISPAC, Mr. Speaker. We had a panel of 9 people, Mr. Speaker. And all of us have representations there. Actually, as the leader of minority here, I can say that we had a problem with the representative from WIPA because, Mr. Speaker, we felt shortchanged. She went to court, I supported her. She went to the High Court, we went to the Court of Appeal, and that delayed the process for 1.5 years, Mr. Speaker. And we were very patient with that process, Mr. Speaker, because I wanted to make sure that Madam Koki Muli, because as Azimio, we agreed that 1 member will come from ODM and the other member will come from WIPA. That's what our internal agreement was. So I had to stick to that agreement, Mr. Speaker, and make sure, because in the election at the Parliamentary Liaison Committee, there was a guy called Muli who said he has been elected by political parties. But I stood firm. I said, no, as Azimio, our representative is Adam Solo from ODM and Koki Muli from WIPA, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, when I hear now other political parties coming up and saying this is a partisan process, if we cannot agree on an independent panel, Mr. Speaker, then let every community or every county or every political party produce their own IEBC then, so that Kenyans can have different elections. Wewe chagua yako, mimi ni chagua yangu. Mr. Speaker, let us have faith in processes that have been initiated in good faith. And I have told you this process began all the way from NADCO. Before NADCO, there was a panel that sat, even used public resources, Mr. Speaker, at county or through Parliament. But later we agreed that let's disband that panel.
We used 131 million, and you threw it out.
I'm told Parliament spent 131 million shillings on that panel, Mr. Speaker. And they were thrown out because we demanded as Azimio that we have no faith. Now, if we do not have faith in that one, we don't have faith in this one, we can only have faith in God only then. There is no other thing that we'll have faith in. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge Kenyans, and I want to urge my leaders, that let us have faith. These IEBC commissioners, Mr. Speaker, might not produce a president. I can tell you, we have seen it before. Presidents are produced by God. Just pray to God. That is the anointing person, Mr. Speaker. I might even put my own brother as the chairman of IEBC, Mr. Speaker, and I end up becoming the loser. I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker. It is God who provides it. We have come to terms with that, Mr. Speaker. For us who have been trying all the time and going like this, like that, now we have resorted to God, the Almighty. We have said this. Now, from henceforth, we are going to pray to God to give us something, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to request the Deputy Majority Leader to second the motion. Let us have faith. Let us be people of faith, Mr. Speaker, and all will be well. Don't be bothered about who becomes the chair. We want Kenyans who are credible, who are people who will stand for the rights of Kenyans. Those are the people. And let's give this panel, because you've seen they have all shades of people. Political parties are represented. Religious organizations are represented. Professional bodies like ISPAC, LSK are represented. Let's give them time before we bastardize a product that we don't know what is going to be. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I request the Majority Deputy to second.
Owen.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I stand to second the motion that we extend the time for the recruitment of persons for appointment as chairperson and member of the IEBC, as moved by the Honourable Junaid Mohammed. Honourable Speaker, the panel that is doing this process requires more time. Out of abundance of caution, Honourable Speaker, I think as Parliament and as National Assembly, we need to support this process by ensuring that we give them maximum time enough for them to be able to conclude the process in a much better way, so that this country is happy with the product that they produce. Honourable Speaker, if we constrain them on time and push them to finish the work, we may not have a good product. or they may be constrained in such a way that they may not be efficient in the work that they are doing. But to ensure that IEBC selection panel is efficient and does its work without constraint, then it is important that we accord them the 14 days that we have in the motion to be able to finish the work as intended, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to urge members, the IEBC selection panel work is very important. It is in the heart of the nation, the coming election. The coming election is an important election. It must be done by a commission that has been properly selected by the selection committee, Honorable Speaker. We have seen the interviews. It's rigorous. There are many Kenyans, and we would like every Kenyan to be given a fair opportunity to be properly interviewed and vetted without them being hurried through the process. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, just like the minority leader has said, Honorable Junaid, it is important that as Kenyans give this election panel an opportunity to ensure they do a thorough job. Without many words, Honorable Speaker, I second this motion and request the members, because this is a procedural motion, just like any other procedural motion, Honorable Speaker, I request that we vote to pass the 14 days required, and because it is also provided that it is provided in the statute that it is okay to extend. It is okay to give them an extension if so requested. I think we're not breaking the law. We are within the law, and therefore request members to pass this procedural motion without much debate and without much ado, so that we move forward as a nation. I thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I second.
Order, Honorable Kiamba. You know the rules of the House. I have not even proposed the question. So what is out of order? Honorable members, I now propose the question at order number 10, which is that aware that via the Gazette notices number 1901 and 2643, dated 14th February 2023 and 1st March 2023 respectively, His Excellency the President declared 1 vacancy for the position of the Chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and 6 vacancies for the position of member of the IEBC. Further aware that the Gazette Notice number 715 of 27th January 2025, His Excellency the President appointed members of the selection panel for the recruitment of nominees for appointment as the chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, noting that upon its appointment, the selection panel commenced the recruitment process and long-listed all applicants and subsequently shortlisted qualified applicants for the positions of chairperson and member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, further noting that paragraph 6.1 of the first schedule to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act Cap 7C provides that the selection panel shall finalize the recruitment exercise within 90 days of its appointment and forward the names of the nominees to the President, conscious that the selection panel is currently undertaking the interviews of the shortlisted candidates for the positions of chairperson and members of the IEBC, and that given the interview schedule of all shortlisted applicants, the panel has inadequate time to conclude the recruitment process. Further conscious of the need for the selection panel to ensure the recruitment process complies with the constitutional principles of regional balance, representation of the youth, and overall inclusivity, while ensuring that the interviews are conducted as far as is practicable within official working days and hours. Now, therefore, pursuant the provisions of paragraph 6.2 of the first schedule to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act Cap 7C, the House of Parliament resolves to extend the tenure of the selection panel for the recruitment of persons for appointment as chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission by a period of 14 days from 28th April 2025. Members, I put the question. I put the question. That is the mood of the House. I put the question that I now put the question. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question at order number 10. Honorable Makali Mulu, you are here when I gave direction on this matter. Honorable members, aware that via Gazette notices order, Honorable Kiamba. Order, Honorable Kiamba. If you are soliciting to be sent out, I will not send you. I will now, order members, I will now put the question. Aware that via Gazette notices number 1901 and 2643, dated 14th February 2023 and 1st March 2023, respectively, His Excellency the President declared one vacancy for the position of the chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and 6 vacancies for the position of member of IEBC. Order, Honorable Masara. Further aware that via Gazette Notice number 715 of 27th January 2025, His Excellency the President appointed members of the selection panel for the recruitment of nominees for appointment as the chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, noting that upon its appointment, the selection panel commenced the recruitment process and long-listed all applicants and subsequently shortlisted qualified applicants for the positions of chairperson and member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, further noting that paragraph 6.1 of the first schedule to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, Cap 7C, provides that the selection panel shall finalize the recruitment exercise within 90 days of its appointment and forward the names of the nominees to the President, conscious that the selection panel is currently undertaking the interviews of the shortlisted candidates for the positions of chairperson and members of the IEBC, and that given the interview schedule of all shortlisted applicants, the panel has inadequate time to conclude the recruitment process, further conscious of the need for the selection panel to ensure the recruitment process complies with the constitutional principles of regional balance, representation of the youth, and overall inclusivity, while ensuring that the interviews are conducted as far as is practicable within official working days and hours. Now, therefore, pursuant to the provisions of paragraph 6.2 of the first schedule to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, Cap 7C, the Houses of Parliament resolved to extend the tenure of the selection panel for the recruitment of persons for appointment as chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission by a period of 14 days from 28th April 2025. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Go back to order number 7.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable members, will Majority Leader is the minister within the presence of Parliament? Let him hold on, we clear. Robert Mbui. Robert Mbui.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, mine wasn't working. I want to agree with the minority leader that as this team starts off their work, they do a good job for Kenya and ensure that when the product is finished, they implement NADCO report to the letter, especially on the issue of consultation with the principle of Kenya Kwanza and Azimio. Mr. Speaker, I rise to request for a statement regarding the status of disbursement of capitation funds to schools. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding the status of disbursement of capitation funds to schools. Honorable Speaker, in 2003, the government introduced the Free Primary Education Policy, FPE, in line with international efforts towards education for all. This was followed by the launch of a tuition-free secondary education policy in 2008 with the goal of making secondary school education affordable. Both policies were established to ensure that every child in Kenya has access to education and that schools receive timely financial support. Under these policies, Mr. Speaker, the government allocates 1,420 shillings per primary school pupil and 15,042 shillings per junior secondary school student and 22,244 shillings per secondary school student. The government is expected to disburse 50% of the capitation funds in term 1, 30% in term 2, and 20% in term 3 to enable schools to plan and maintain their operations effectively. Honorable Speaker, in the first term of 2025, public schools had received 14 billion instead of the allocated amount of 28 billion. Therefore, delays in releasing these funds leave many public schools facing severe cash flow challenges, forcing them, Mr. Speaker, to adopt cost-cutting measures that undermine the quality of education, like shortening the school terms. Further, the delay in disbursement of funds has accumulated to 64 billion over a period of 5 years, Mr. Speaker, therefore creating a pending bill that endangers the operational stability of numerous schools across the country. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1, a report on the status of disbursement of capitation funds to public schools for the first term of 2025, including the total amount currently owed to the public schools due to delays in disbursement of the funds. 2, the capitation amount allocated per child for examination and activity fees for primary and secondary schools to see if it is adequate for those operations. 3, the measures being taken by the Ministry of Education to ensure that disbursement of capitation funds is timely. And finally, number 4, the existence of any planned review to the amount of capitation funds allocated per child in light of the harsh economic conditions and noting that the money is not enough. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Chair Education, when can you bring a response? Next week?
No, in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks.
It needs a comprehensive answer.
Okay, 2 weeks. Dr. Joyce Bensouda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Education regarding the recruitment criteria and deployment of teachers in schools across the country. Honorable Speaker, concerns have been raised about the recruitment and deployment of teachers, particularly cases where schools receive newly recruited teachers who have a year or less to retirement. Schools that receive teachers who are nearing retirement experiences disruption in teaching, and the teachers lack the time to integrate into the school system and form a meaningful relationship with students. This leads to reduced investment in students' welfare, as the teachers may lack sustained commitment in the school, which in turn affects academic performance and management of schools. The International Labour Organization, UNESCO, practices on teachers' management and deployment, emphasizes stability and continuity in the teaching profession in ensuring quality education. However, the current deployment of teachers nearing retirement does not align with these best practices, leading to depreciation disparities in education performance among schools. Honorable Speaker, it is against the backdrop that I request for a statement from the chairperson of Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1, the procedures used in the recruitment and deployment of teachers to ensure that there is stability and continuity both for the teachers and students. 2, a report on the retirement criteria of teachers based in the school demographics indicating whether the student population and school needs are a consideration. 3, measures in place to ensure that teachers are absorbed while in their prime age in order to maximize on the long-term reaching expertise. And finally, existing policies on the maximum number of schools per region, ward or area, and how the policies influence teacher recruitment and deployment to ensure equitable distribution of teachers in all schools. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Bensouda. Meli, when can you bring a response to that?
Yes, I'll bring that statement in 2 weeks, Mr. Speaker. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yes. Bensouda, 2 weeks. The Honourable Member for Kisumu Central. Other members, Karemba, if you want to talk to Osoro, sit next to him and talk to him.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 259D2, I rise to pay a glowing tribute to the late Honorable Reverend Kennedy Nyagudi, the former Member of Parliament.
Hold on, Oron. Let me just acknowledge some schools. I see some of the students are leaving. In the Speaker's Gallery, the St. John's School, Kanunga, Kiambu County. Lona Laboso Secondary School from Sotik, Bomet. And in the public gallery, we have St. John, the 23rd, Gwakaiti School from Bere, North Embu. On my behalf and behalf of the House, we welcome the students and their teachers to the House of Parliament. You may start now, Oron.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 259D2, I rise to pay a glowing tribute to the late Honorable Reverend Kennedy Nyagudi, the former Member of Parliament for the then Kisumu Town West constituency. Honorable Speaker, the late Honorable Nyagudi passed away on the Sunday, 23rd March 2025, while undergoing treatment at the Kenyatta National Hospital. The late Honorable Rev Nyagudi was born on 2nd July 1970 in Kisumu. He began his education at Haria Primary School, Kisumu in 1977, completed his O-level at Kisumu Boys High School in 1984, and later joined Sawagongo High School for his A-level, which he completed in 1989. He proceeded to Egerton University in 1990 to pursue Bachelor of Science degree in computer science, but later went to the United States, where he studied theology at Charter University. He authored a book, Light Shed on Darkness, in which he enlightens Christians on spiritual and physical knowledge to overcome spiritual warfare. Honorable Speaker, the late Reverend Nyagudi was a servant of the people who derived satisfaction in community empowerment. He successfully struck a strategic partnership with the Dominion Group of companies from the United States to invest approximately $4 billion in the rehabilitation of Yala Swamp in Siaya County through sustainable rice farming. He later served as the founding director of Dominion Farms, which it took over the management of Yala Swamp. Under his transformative leadership, Dominion Farms posted significant profits, creating employment opportunities for thousands of locals. He also mobilized funds for revitalizing stalled projects. Honorable Speaker, in January 2004, the late Honorable Reverend Nyagudi made his debut in elective politics, joining the 9th Parliament as the member for Kisumu Town West constituency, through a by-election triggered by the passing on of the then Member of Parliament Honjob Omino. Although the late Reverend Nyagudi had a short but illustrious parliamentary service, he demonstrated dedication to legislative work and advocacy for the welfare of the people of this country. He will be remembered for pushing for expansion of Kisumu Airport and rehabilitation of its then bumpy runway following the suspension of flights and the establishment of the naval base at Lake Victoria in Kisumu to protect the Kenya's territorial waters shared with Uganda and Tanzania. The late Honorable Reverend Nyagudi also advocated for equality before the law and inclusivity as evidenced through parliamentary questions. Notably, in 2005, he questioned the justification for vetting of Kenyan Muslims as a condition for President to issuance of national ID cards, and also pushed for Kenya National Examination Council to allocate longer examination time to physically challenged students in national examinations. He also dedicatedly served as a member of the Library Committee. Honorable Speaker, after several attempts to recapture his parliamentary seat, he exited active politics and committed his life to political mobilization, community development, and God service. His people-centric leadership approach earned him respect in the community, amongst his peers, and with the political leadership. On this account, in 2016, the Orange Democratic Party, my party, appointed him.
Paraphrase, too long. Paraphrase.
Almost.
Go on.
The Orange Democratic Party appointed him the director for e-fundraising resource mobilization in the run-up to 2017 and general elections. He also served as the county director for a Maya group of companies, a gaming and online gambling company headquartered in Toronto, Canada, and founded the Lions Heart Help Group, a non-profit making organization through which he supported widows and orphans, some of whom he assisted to find scholarship in the United States. Honorable Speaker, our departed colleague will be laid to rest on Friday the 11th, April 2025, at Kathomo, Nyagondo in Game constituency. I urge that we support his family to accord him a benefiting send-off on behalf of this House, and may I extend our deepest condolences to the family of the late Honorable Kennedy Nyagudi, his friends, the people of Kisumu County, and the nation at large. May we all find solace in the memories of his remarkable life and be inspired by his example of servant leadership, and I pray that his soul rest in eternal peace. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Elisha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me convey my heartfelt condolence, along with those of the people of Game constituency, following the sudden and untimely demise, passing away of our esteemed constituent, the former member of Kisumu West. During his 3 years in this House, Honorable Nyagudi embraced teamwork, dedication to public service, and the courage to speak the truth to power. He was known for his eloquence, civility in debate, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of his constituents. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Nyagudi executed his parliamentary oversight role with unwavering integrity, refusing to be counted among those timid souls who neither experience victory or defeat. He engaged both sides of political divide, sometimes achieving success and sometimes facing setbacks, yet he remained steadfast in his determination to build a better future. At this juncture, Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to extend my sincere condolence, as well as those of my family and the entire people of Game constituency, to the family, friends, and loved ones of the Honorable Nyagudi. We stand in solidarity with them and pray for God's grace, comfort, and comfort during this difficult time. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, I urge members to keep the family of our departed brother, as well as the people of Game and Kisumu Town West, in their prayers as we come to terms with this great loss. In line with our culture and tradition, I humbly appeal to honorable members to extend their general support to the family of our late brother, because such assistance will go a long way in providing relief and comfort to the family as they navigate this challenging period. Mr. Speaker, allow me to thank you with a lot of gratitude for agreeing to be the guest of honor on Tuesday for the fundraiser for the Honorable Nyagudi. And I invite members to join you on Tuesday. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, honorable members. I did serve with the Honorable Nyagudi in this House in the 9th Parliament. May we be upstanding for a minute silence in honor of our departed former colleague. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Amen. Majority Leader, can you now bring in the Minister? Yes, Millie, what is...
Mr. Speaker, it's not something out of order. I was just requesting, as the Minister is coming, if I could just be given a minute to also just give my condolences in relation to the death of Honorable Ken Nyagudi. Of course, I didn't serve with him like you in the 9th Parliament. I only came in the 10th Parliament. Yes. But I knew him, and I knew the family, especially the wife, Winnie. And I just want to say that they've done an excellent work, both of them, especially in scholarship for young people through the Obama Scholarship in the U.S., where they took a lot of young people there. And Mr. Speaker, because I know that the CS has come in, I'll cut my speech short, but I'm just thanking you also on behalf of the family for agreeing to support them, and also call on the other members, because this might be us in the future. I know Honorable Atandi will be reaching out to you together with Honorable Elisha and Honorable Oron. If you can please support the Honorable member so that he can get a good send-off. And I just want to encourage members that in light of what we were taught in Naivasha, Mr. Speaker, because I can't say everything here, please let us take that issue seriously of the things we were taught in Naivasha. May his soul rest in eternal peace. And thank you, Mr. Speaker.
To move to questions. I give you 1 minute. Give Honorable Koyo the mic. There's one next to you on the left.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'd also wanted to pass my condolences on the demise of Honorable Nyagudi, given that I cut my political teeth in Kisumu town politics. Mr. Nyagudi was the second member of parliament after the sad demise of Dr. Uko, and I understood his work very well. So quickly, I want to pass my condolences on my own behalf, on behalf of my constituents, for the family, and that we pray for God to look after his family that remains behind. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. We'll now go to questions under order number 7. Minister for Interior, welcome to the House of Parliament. You've been a colleague to your colleagues here from the other house. Honorable members, we have several questions. There are 1 or 2 members who saw me with questions that are not on the order paper. So at the end, you can approach the speaker to allow you to raise your questions. Just 1 minute. I have received a letter from the Honorable Kamket of Tiati nominating Bernard Kitur of Nandi Hills to ask his questions. But before we start with question 005, Minister, I've been requested by the member for Gilgil to be given an opportunity to have the first shot so that she can go back to her constituency to assist the family that perished on Maimahi Road, losing 7 members of one family early in the week. So, Honorable Wangari, you may rise to ask question 030.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, even for the indulgence, and to the wider Kirubi family. It is quite a loss, losing 3 brothers, one with his 3 children. It is quite a sorry story, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate the help that the committee is doing, the House is doing, to myself and to Honorable MP for Limuru, where some of the sons were staying. Mr. Speaker, allow me to ask this question, number 030 of 2025. Could the Cabinet Secretary provide a detailed report on the status of investigations into the death of Mr. Justus Ekimomor Omolo, a local fisherman whose body was retrieved from Lake Nakuru on 21st February 2025? Number 2, outline the steps taken by the ministry to ensure that the perpetrator or perpetrators are apprehended, including any arrests that have been made. And 3, state the measures being taken by the government to ensure the safety of fishermen and prevent similar tragic incidents in the future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving me the opportunity to appear before this august House to respond to questions from honorable members. And as you've guided, Mr. Speaker, I'll go straight to the question asked by the honorable member of Gilgil constituency on the murder of Joseph Othim Amora. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the night of 30th January 2025, unknown individuals gained entry into the house of Joseph Othim Omora, a 43-year-old male residing in Kolondo village, Kadumo East, where he lived alone. The assailants brutally attacked him, inflicting a deep cut on his belly, exposing his intestines, and killing him on the spot. The motive behind the murder is unknown. On 31st of January 2025, I think this is possibly, actually, I have read the one for Karachuonyo. The question is in...
Wondering.
Yes.
It's question 030.
That is page.
It is the 8th question on the order paper.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Speaker, it was a result of disorientation of the... This is Peter Okello Odawa. Is it?
Justus Ekimomor Omolo is the deceased.
I think. Speaker, sorry, because you changed the orientation, the flow, I could not be able to trace it quickly within my tablet. But let me read, luckily I have a backup copy. Mr. Speaker, on February 19, 2025, at approximately 12:20 hours, a report was made at Baruch Police Station via OB number 7/19/2 of 2025 by Mr. Oyawa, the chief of the Lakeview Shores area. He stated that he had received information regarding a drowning incident at Lake Nakuru. Police officers from Nakuru West proceeded to the scene. they discovered the body of an unidentified male clad in a life jacket floating in the lake and entangled in a fishnet. Crime scene investigation personnel processed and documented the scene before transferring the body to Nakuru Annex Hospital mortuary for preservation, identification, and autopsy. On February 27, 2025, the deceased was identified by his family as Justus Ekimomor Purakwor, a 31-year-old Turkana fisherman from Nakuru County. The family confirmed that he had been missing since February 18, 2025. An autopsy was conducted on the same day at Nakuru Annex Hospital mortuary by pathologist Dr. Titus Ngulungu. The postmortem examination determined that the cause of death was hypoxic brain injury resulting from a carbon monoxide poisoning and circumstantial asphyxia. Regarding the steps being taken, Mr. Speaker, investigations are ongoing on the matter under inquest file number 1/2025. Statement has been recorded from 2 witnesses, and efforts are ongoing to identify the deceased colleagues who are reportedly fishing with him on the day of the incident to obtain further information. Samples collected from the body have been submitted to the government chemist for analysis, and the results are still pending. At this stage, no arrests have been made. The case is pending as under investigations. Mr. Speaker, on question number 3, question subsection 3, the National Police Service has implemented several measures to enhance the safety and security of fishermen. The aim is to create a safer environment for fishermen while promoting responsible and sustainable fishing practices. Number 1, Mr. Speaker, is the increased police patrols and visibility, strengthening both foot and mobile patrols along the lakes and other water resources while maintaining a strong police presence in key fishing zones to deter criminal activities. Community engagement in fishing regulations, promote responsible fishing practices and protect marine resources. Regular meetings are held with the local fishing community. These sessions focus on educating fishermen about restricted fishing zones and the standardized nets permitted for use. Additionally, fishermen are encouraged to adhere to designated fishing boundaries to prevent conflict arising from intrusion into other fishing jurisdictions. Number 3, fast tracking of investigations, ensuring timely handling of all reported cases with prompt legal action against the perpetrators to deter future offenses and enhance public confidence in law enforcement. 4th is the establishing collaboration with neighboring countries on security. Mr. Speaker, collaborating with neighboring countries that share common lakes or fishing zones to prevent conflict and competition over fishing resources, ensuring peaceful and sustainable utilization of shared water bodies. Finally, enhancing crime reporting mechanism, Mr. Speaker, by encouraging the fishing community to share critical intelligence anonymously via the Fichua Kwa DCI toll-free number 0800-722-208, guaranteeing confidentiality and the safety of whistleblowers. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Wangari. Honorable Wangari.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I will just say that, of course, this answer is really below par because there is no single arrest that has been made on this death. And, Mr. Speaker, this family stays in an area called KCC, just on your way on the highway from Delamere, and they are still wondering who exactly wanted their son killed. But, Mr. Speaker, allow me to make a follow-up question, which is going to be a global question that we have even asked the former CS of Interior. One of the reasons these cases are not solved, the issues of murder, issues of rape, issues of incest, especially in Nakuru, is because even the DNA samples that are collected take forever to get analyzed. Why, Mr. Speaker, we still don't have an analysis center in Nakuru with over 2 million inhabitants, Mr. Speaker? So the question is to the CS, when do you think we can get this center in Nakuru so that DNA samples, Mr. Speaker, for these perpetrators of these crimes
Minister, are you safe?
Are you okay? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When can we get a center? Because government chemist services are not in Nakuru. Our samples have to be taken to either Kisumu or to Nakuru. Reagents have to be gotten, I don't know, from South Africa.
Nairobi or to Nakuru?
To Nairobi or to Kisumu, Mr. Speaker. So it takes forever to get these DNA samples back. And we are still not able to make a way forward in terms of arrests. So I would want the CS to address that issue, Mr. Speaker.
Minister, hold on, Minister. Millie, I'll only allow 2 joyriders on each question. Millie?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, indeed, it was very unfortunate, the incident that happened to the fisherman in Naivasha. And I want to agree with my sister that we have a lot of gaps in the way that issues that deal with personal incidents of security are being dealt. But, Mr. Speaker, I think in response, the CS has gotten a little confused, maybe because of the mention of fishermen, because he's spoken of cross-border international waters. I don't know what international waters are in Naivasha. But that aside, Mr. Speaker.
He was okay because the last question Wangari is asking about the safety of fishermen generally.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes. I just said thank you for that clarification. But now, having raised that, Mr. Speaker, there's a very critical issue that affects fishermen. And in Naivasha, this was actually a case of murder. In Suba North and the neighboring, a lot of fishermen are fighting and killing each other because of the space. And I've heard the CS saying, let them go to demarcated areas. On land, we have title deeds. There's no title deed in water. So when you tell people to go to demarcated areas, where do they go to demarcated areas? Could the CS consider setting up a team that would look at emerging issues in the lake? Almost every month, there's a fisherman that is killed because people are fighting over scarce resources, and much more so, especially now, because we have internationalized. We're actually having people that are doing aquaculture from other countries within the water. So the water resource has become extremely small, and unless this is sorted out, we are going to have a major crisis. And so maybe if the CS can tell us what the government is seeking to do in that, before we even talk about Uganda, because we're always attacked by Uganda and Tanzania. But now we are attacking each other because water has become very scarce.
Rueda.
Asante Bwana Spika. Mwanzo ni kupongeze wewe kutambua sisi wenye wavuvi wa samaki. Bwana, swali langu kwa waziri. Muna mikakati gani mumepanga ya kusaidia hao wavuvi kuboresha usalama wao? Kwa sababu Bwana Spika, wavuvi hawajazingatiwa hii Kenya. Hivi karibu siku 3 tu Lamu, boti imepata shida hapo mbele ya Mkokoni, wakapiga simu waende wakasaidiwe. Hawakusaidiwa, wakabidi waogelee wao wenyewe, wakafika huku chombo ikabidi imebeba mizigo mingi, mawimbi yakaja ikazamisha. Na ingelikuwa rahisi, ingekuwa wangefikiwa kwa haraka. Na si mbali na station, kuna kambi nyingi za forces ziko hapo karibu. So ni mikakati tu haijapangiliwa. Tafadhali waziri, tuambie hao wavuvi na wao ni wa Kenya na wanachangia pakubwa. Bwana Spika, utanisaidia, sijui niseme ni iko kwao kwa usalama au kwa transport au kwa blue economy, lakini kwa popote hawa ni wa Kenya, watafutiwe njia wasaidike. Asante. Rescues ziweko. Asante.
Yes, Sir Waziri will take Nabwin, the last one on this. Nabwin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Just on the same note, Mr. Speaker, fishermen in Lake Turkana who fish around Sibiloi have either been arrested, killed, or sometimes they disappear in those waters. The reason given, and we brought this, Mr. Speaker, to before this house before. The reason given is that fishermen go fishing in areas that are not supposed to. But the problem is, around Sibeloy, there is no demarcation that has been done. Can the CS tell us when they are going to do the demarcation so that our fishermen will be aware on areas where they are supposed to fish or not to fish? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the very incisive follow-up questions. First is the question of government chemistry and generally the resourcing of the using science to establish or to do research on or investigations on crimes. Mr. Speaker, we have as a ministry established that both the government chemist and the DCI are not resourced enough to carry out for either forensic investigations or to ensure that they deal with these samples that are given to the labs. Why? It's because, like the government chemist is centralized. It's only one lab across the country, based in Nairobi. Mr. Speaker, we've made already a request through the Treasury to this House to see if we can decentralize government chemistry so that at least we have regional offices that can assist in expediting investigations, because this one lab is dealing with all samples from across the country. That is the same with the DCI, Mr. Speaker. When they do ballistics and other investigations, the laboratory that is there is not resourced enough. So that request for resources, Mr. Speaker, and in a resource like if this House put even $1 billion only, Mr. Speaker, to these two important institutions, it's going to make a big difference in terms of expediting investigations, and we can be able to do this very fast. So, Mr. Speaker, we need both the equipment, the decentralization of these institutions, but also we need the human resource, Mr. Speaker, to be hired and specialized human resource and other costs that can be retained. Mr. Speaker, when I visited the DCI office, for example, the DCI lab, they told me that the struggle they have is that the scheme of service that is given to the DCI to retain these specialists, Mr. Speaker, is so low that they are unable to maintain their salary and allowances and keep them with this government. And every time they get opportunity in the private sector, we lose them. Mr. Speaker, there is need for support to these two institutions to hire and retain investigators of high caliber, Mr. Speaker, for purpose of expediting this investigation. However long it takes, Mr. Speaker, because of the challenges that we have, I want to promise Honorable Mother Wangari that we will do everything humanly possible within the resources that we have to make sure that we unravel this unfortunate incident that happened to his constituent. Mr. Speaker, on the question of Honorable Millie Odhiambo, most of our fishing waters, Mr. Speaker, are generally international, especially the ones that have proper fish that are good for human consumption. That is Lake Turkana, Lake Victoria, and the sea. And Mr. Speaker, it is important to note that as we deal with these issues, it is very critical that we work together with the neighboring countries. Just the other day, I was with Honorable Nabuin in Todonyang, and part of the problems the people of Turkana in Todonyang are facing is because of these shared borders and the fact that the fish resources do not understand that they belong to which country, and they keep moving from one corner to the other, especially when you deal with the fresh waters, where the fresh waters and better breeding grounds are. And so, Mr. Speaker, it is important to continue working with, as I have indicated in my statement, to have good working relationship with our neighbors. On the question of zoning, it is the responsibility of the Ministry of Blue Economy, working together with the county governments, to establish the proper zones, Mr. Speaker, where the fishing happens. Because this designation has been done in some areas, it's not been done in others. And it is important for this House, and also as a ministry will work together with the Blue Economy Ministry to make sure that the designation is clear. In fact, the associations that deal with fishing in different parts of the of the country in the lakes and the sea, Mr. Speaker, already know the areas that has been designated for different groups, including the cooperatives that work within these lakes. And it is important that they keep observing those regulations. But we need perhaps the greater involvement of county governments, because they understand the local economy and the people who are working in this area, to make sure that there is a harmonious relationship and there is better management of these people. I agree with Honorable Minority Whip that, Mr. Speaker, fishing and fighting over fish resources is one of the greatest cause of death in these water bodies, including, as I said, when I went to Todonyang, the conflict that is there within the water is around fishing between us and our neighbors. And it has caused a lot of suffering to a number of fishermen, because they are fighting over resources, the nets, the fishing boats, the fishing areas. And there are also problems of cartels. In all these businesses, you have cartels in different places. You have cartels that want to control the economy, or fishing economy. And it's important, Mr. Speaker, as I said, to work with the county governments that these issues are thrashed out and we deal with these issues. On the issue of Honorable Wada and the problem of rescue in the sea, Mr. Speaker, I agree that there is an established Kenya Coast Guard that is based in the Ministry of Interior. And Mr. Speaker, and this is the other area that even when I visited the Turkana, the biggest problem was that there was only one boat with about 8 officers manning the lake. Mr. Speaker, with such an expansive lake, there were no enough human resource. In our next hiring of a contingent of police officers, Mr. Speaker, which, working together with this House, we are finding the resources to make sure that we do it before the end of this financial year. We'll make sure that a number of officers, those officers shall be Coast Guards. Number 2 is that we have also planning in the next financial year to increase the number of boats that will be bought to help in rescue, but also patrol and security issues within our inland and international waters. And then finally, Mr. Speaker, I think I have summed up together this question with the one for Honorable Nabuin on the question of our waters. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I did so, Mr. Speaker. I have responded to Honorable Wada.
Thank you. Question 005 and 006, Minister, will be asked together. They are all from the Honorable Kamket. David Kitur, you are permitted to ask on his behalf.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Bernard Kitur.
Bernard, sorry. Not
and
David.
Thank you for accepting that I talk over this question on behalf of my colleague, Honorable William Kamket, MP for Tiati, who was not able to be here because of some official duties out of town. However, I hope I'll be able to prosecute the way he wanted it to be. Mr. Speaker, could the Cabinet Secretary, one, consider reviewing the academic and other qualifications for the appointment of chiefs and assistant chiefs in marginalized areas in the country? Secondly, could you also consider affirmative action as one of the qualifications for experienced individuals from respective locations and sub-locations to be recruited as chiefs and assistant chiefs despite not meeting the set academic requirements? Third, state the measures put in place to ensure that chiefs and assistant chiefs appointed to administer specific locations and sub-locations are actual residents of those areas to ensure their effectiveness in governance and conflict resolutions. Fourth, indicate when the schemes of service for chiefs and assistant chiefs were reviewed after their introduction in 2017. And if not, state whether there are plans to reevaluate them to accommodate the needs of marginalized communities. That is question number 005. So I take on with 006. The second question, Mr. Speaker, said to the Cabinet Secretary, provide a detailed explanation on the circumstances that caused police officers from Karenge Choto Operation Camp to indiscriminately shoot and kill cows belonging to Mr. Tesio Chepanda of ID number 34184906 in Lemuyep village, Chemuro sublocation, which was reported as OB number 08/30/01/2025. Secondly, state the action the ministry is taking against the officers involved in the incident, particularly given their alleged misuse of an armored personnel carrier to carry out these acts. Lastly, could you consider compensating Mr. Tesio Chepanda, given their significant loss he suffered following the shooting of his cattle, valued at approximately 2 million shillings, and clarify whether there is a framework for restitution in such cases? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. CS, you can answer those two.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will go straight to part one of that question, whether the ministry has considered reviewing the academic and other qualifications for chiefs and assistant chiefs. Mr. Speaker, the appointment of chiefs and assistant chiefs is guided by the revised scheme of service for national government administrative officers of October 2015 that explicitly sets the minimum qualification for appointment as follows. For assistant chief 2, for appointment to this entry grade, a candidate must have the following qualifications. Have Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, which is a mean grade of a C- or its equivalent from a recognized body, be not less than 30 years of age, be a resident of the particular sublocation, police clearance certificate, have good communication skills, and have a certificate in computer application skills from a recognized institution. For the chief, Mr. Speaker, Chief 2, for appointment to this entry grade, a candidate must have the following qualifications: have Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, mean grade of C plane, or its equivalent from a recognized examination body, diploma in any of the following disciplines: public administration, management, social work, community development, education, governance, conflict management, or its equivalent from a recognized institution, be not less than 35 years of age, be a resident of a particular location, and have police clearance certificate, have good communication skills, and have a certificate in computer application skills from a recognized institution. However, in specific circumstances where the advertised position do not attract qualified candidates, the ministry, on a need basis, requests the Public Service Commission for academic waivers to fill the vacancies in marginalized areas. Whereas a review of the current scheme of service may be necessary, it is important to note that the Public Service Commission always grants academic waivers upon request by the ministry. On part 2, Mr. Speaker, on whether the ministry can consider affirmative action, Mr. Speaker, whereas possession of experience in socio-political, economic, and cultural aspects of communities is important in public administration at the grassroots, all cadres and all positions in public service are subject to particular minimum academic requirements during recruitment and selection process. Currently, academic waivers of particular qualification are granted to attract experienced applicants in special circumstances. This affirmative action ensures that citizens in the marginalized areas are not discriminated against but have equal access to the chiefs and assistant chiefs positions. Mr. Speaker, question 3 is regarding the measures in place to ensure that chiefs and assistant chiefs appointed to administer specific locations and sub-locations are actual residents. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is a requirement in the scheme of service that the prospective applicants for the positions of chiefs and assistant chiefs should be resident of particular locations or sub-locations. The deputy county commissioners, as chairpersons of sub-county recruitment and selection panels, have been guided through circulars to conduct due diligence and vetting of all the applicants' places of residence to ensure that candidates recommended for appointments are bona fide residents and of good standing in society. Besides, the National Intelligence Service usually conducts comprehensive background checks and vetting of all shortlisted candidates before interviews. The vetting reports of candidates include known place of residence, personal details, marital status, education and professional qualification, present and previous employment history, character, ability, and public relations, relationship with the community, clan dynamics in the respective administrative units, and involvement in any criminal activities. Regarding the time the scheme of service for chiefs and assistant chiefs was reviewed after the introduction in 2017, Mr. Speaker, the current scheme of service for chiefs and assistant chiefs were reviewed in 2015 and implemented in effect from 29th of October 2015. Previous other schemes of service for chiefs and assistant chiefs existed and have been reviewed over time to establish the required standards of recruitment and selection. The revised scheme of service for national government administration officers, October 2015, is currently undergoing review and will explore the possibility of appreciating the academic needs of the marginalized communities. On question 2, Mr. Speaker, I will respond as follows. First, on the explanation of circumstances that led police officers from Karenge Choto operation camp to indiscriminately shoot and kill cows. Mr. Speaker, sir, on 29th of January 2024, Assistant Chief Chemuro, sublocation of Loruk location, reported via number 0830/1 of 25 that an armored personnel carrier belonging to one of the formed up units stationed in Ngaratuko allegedly fired at cattle belonging to Mr. Yalokel Tesio Chepanda, a resident of Chemuro sublocation. The sequence of events occurred during routine patrol of a multi-agency security team in volatile Ngaratuko area, where officers came under fire from suspected bandits. The assailants positioned themselves behind a herd of cattle, using the animals as shield while engaging security officers in shootout. In response, the officers returned fire, eventually overpowering the bandits, who then fled to the nearby thickets. As a result, 4 cows were confirmed dead, 9 sustained critical injuries, and 6 others suffered minor injuries. Due to the intensity of the exchange of gunfire, it remains unclear whether the deaths and injuries of the animals resulted from the police gunfire or from the rounds fired by the bandits. A comprehensive investigation is currently underway to establish the facts under the file number 1 of 2025, case pending under investigation. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, is the action that the ministry is taking. Mr. Speaker, sir, a thorough investigation into the matter is currently underway, and upon its conclusion, any individual found responsible, whether a police officer or otherwise, will be arraigned before the court of law to face appropriate charges. Number 3, compensation of Mr. Tesho Chepanda. Mr. Speaker, the ministry is not in a position to compensate the victim, as there is no scheme of service for compensation of victims of banditry or in the situation of such attack. Mr. Speaker, on question 7, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think that's the end of the question from Honorable Kamket, Mr. Speaker.
To ask any supplementary?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So first of all, Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate the fact that the Cabinet Secretary has indicated indeed that in 005, in specific cases, they may be able to do academic waivers, particularly for regions that are marginalized in our country, because many times to get qualified individuals is a challenge. And there was a case in that particular constituency where I think it was hard for them to have been able to get those who could qualify to be the chief. So I would wish that now that the CS, you've made that commitment, I hope that will be action, because there was a challenge indeed in the past about the same. I appreciate the fact that you've indicated that residents from a particular region should be nominated or selected to be the chiefs and assistant chiefs to cover particular areas because they understand those particular areas. Finally, you acknowledge, that is in 005, that there is currently a review on scheme of service, particularly for marginalized regions or communities, because of the circumstances of the regions where they come from, the challenges that happens in those particular places. So in all of those, you've been positive about the questions that we've asked. But then now, on 006, Mr. Speaker, I'm not satisfied with the answer of the Cabinet Secretary. First, it is now 2 months, and you indicate that investigation is still ongoing. You've also indicated that there was a there was a shootout between bandits who are hiding, and you've not indicated to us how many of those bandits may have actually gotten they were shot, because Tesio Chepanda, as you might have gotten the information, is one of the leaders in that region who has been spearheading the peaceful coexistence and has been one of the support systems in that community to bring in the peace and to also weed off the bandits in that particular area. So I don't think 2 months down the line, you've not been able to establish if indeed there were in the shootout, the cows that were shot, you're still saying they are still doing some bit of investigation. I don't think it's extremely satisfactory. So I still wish that if indeed the investigation is still going on, CS, can it be expedited so that Chepanda can be able to get his due justice. Thank you.
Posing. Posing.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker. And by extension, I also thank Honorable Kitur from Nandi. I think he has prosecuted that question from Pokot very successfully. And I think this is how we should move as a country, that this country is one. I have two further clarifications to seek from the Minister, Honorable Speaker. One, there is an issue which is very recent. Last week, a chief was killed in a place around, in that constituency, a place called around Loruk. And Honorable Kamket, as we speak, Honorable Speaker, is actually undertaking that burial as we speak now. He's actually doing the burial of that chief. And I'm certain that the minister knows or he has heard about it. I wanted the minister to clarify and tell us what is going on in terms of whether there's anybody who has been arrested. Because the assumption or allegation on the ground, Honorable Speaker, is that that chief was killed by security agencies, NPR, from a neighboring community. And that might cause a spillover or a ripple effect in terms of retaliation and so on and so forth. Because you know that enclave, Honorable Speaker, is very insecure and sensitive. And I'm sure the minister knows that. I want the minister to be able to clarify whether he arrested people so that even the people in Chemolingot, as we speak now, who are watching, can be able to listen to the minister addressing the most current issues. Secondly and last, is that issue of chiefs, waivers, and chiefs recruited outside the sub-location, Honorable Speaker. Those are related. And that's why Honorable Kamket brought that question, because it's very rampant in the places where we come from. That a sub-location, there's no chief that qualifies as assistant chief. So people who apply come from different locations, and then they claim that they come from these locations. When they get the jobs, they live in towns, live in the places and administer, Honorable Speaker. So that is a comment to the minister, that the minister should pay attention and know that that question of waiver and chiefs recruited outside locations is actually interlinked or married, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Last on that, Kangogo. Give Bowen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to ask the minister, which is part of these security issues, what the government is doing to stamp out the banditry in Kerio Valley. Mr. Speaker, some 2 weeks ago, two students.
In Kerio Valley?
Yes. There are two primary school students, together with the together with the uncle. They were killed by bandits, Mr. Speaker. Their cows were taken away. And it is a repeat, Mr. Speaker, because we have even called some sessions in this house where we have said, let's have a discussion for banditry. But what is the government doing generally in the entire Kerio Valley belt, in the entire North Rift, Mr. Speaker, to make sure that the killings and banditry, which is frequent every other time in Kerio Valley and the North Rift, is happening? Mr. Speaker, in our order paper today, there is the state of security in West Pokot, Elgeyo Marakwet, and 6 counties. It is there in our order paper today. It is still about security and insecurity in the northern part, in Kerio Valley and the North Rift. What is the government doing, Mr. Speaker? Because even the military who are there, they are not helping us. We have thousands of GSU officers. We have thousands of police officers who are there. They are not helping. We are not seeing, we are just seeing a very little difference. So because the Speaker is new in the office, and the Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the CS, Mr. Speaker, he was a senator there. So he understands very well those issues. So if he can tell us so that we don't come here again and ask these questions many times, what the government is doing to make sure that there is a peace and tranquility in Kerio Valley, I think it will solve many of our questions.
Alechei, take another one. Give her the mic. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'll be brief because yesterday we were discussing on the issue of security in the 6 counties of the Kerio Valley. Before this house, I want the CS to tell us in this house, when are they going to do a proper and a thorough disarmament in the Kerio Valley? Since we've had these issues, since the previous CS, none of the government agencies have done a thorough disarmament. All that we need in the Kerio Valley is disarmament, Mr. Speaker. Number 2, I'd wish also the CS to brief this house because every time we go there to the villages, the village elders are keen to know when they are going to be paid, if they are going to be paid, so the CS to brief us if there is a budget for that, and if indeed they are going to do that. Thank you.
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, it is true that Honorable William Kamket is attending the funeral of our Chief Victor Sebe, who was unfortunately killed, Mr. Speaker, during an incident of recovery of livestock in Loruk area. I was in Loruk and I sent my condolences to the family. I sent the MP today to the funeral. But, Mr. Speaker, it was really a very unfortunate situation because the chiefs have done a very good job along the Kerio Valley region in recovery of livestock and partnering with the operation team to recover livestock. In this incident, there is an investigation that is ongoing to establish, was the chief really killed by bandits or was it a case of a police officer or police reservist, as had been alleged, who shot the chief. That investigation, DCI officers from Nairobi were sent to the ground. They have interviewed a number of people from Baringo North constituency. And remember, Mr. Speaker, this is a border area between Baringo North and Tiati constituency, and they're also carrying out investigation by interviewing people in Tiati constituency. Those who will be found culpable, Mr. Speaker, will be charged in a court of law, and if they are security officers, they will be dismissed, and the process is ongoing. I have requested, as I went there, the IG to make sure that these investigations are expedited because we do not want the peace between the 2 constituencies to be jeopardized by retaliatory acts as a result of that incident. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm very much aware of the situation of the late Chief Victor Sebe. Mr. Speaker, on the question of waiver, I agree also with Honorable Kosing that in the absence of qualified professionals from certain locations and sub-locations, some residents of, or would have been residents of that area, maybe historically, or they are ancestrally coming from that constituency, end up getting jobs, but they have already migrated to other parts. If it is Sigor constituency, for example, they have migrated to Kapenguria town, and because of the absence of a qualified person, perhaps then that person comes back to serve in that constituency. As I had indicated earlier, we will take this into consideration. I have even received requests from Samburu where they really think that the person who can be a very good chief, and the leaders have been able to make this petition, the very good chief in one of the sub-locations, is actually doesn't meet the threshold of the academic qualification, and their case is under review, and that case is also going on in a few places in the country. On the question raised by Honorable Kangogo, Mr. Speaker, for the last 2 years, as a result of Operation Maliza Walivu in the Kerio Valley region, a lot of progress has been made. Even early last year, the situation was not good because of the attacks in various parts of the valley. Mr. Speaker, a lot of progress has been made. Leaders who are here will agree with me that in the border of West Pokot and Turkana County, we now have relative calm, especially around Kainuk, which had become a terribly perennial area. In the Kachaliba constituency and Loima, yes, there has been also a lot of good progress in terms of peace. Although we still have 1 or 2 incidences happening there, including a case that it is suspected to be bandits against themselves in that area, in that border. But, Mr. Speaker, in Baringo, for example, we have made great progress. The border between Marakwet and Baringo, especially Baringo South, Baringo North, is now peaceful, and most parts of Kerio Valley between Baringo and Elgeyo Marakwet is peaceful. If you go to Baringo South, we have really a very great example, Mr. Speaker, of what Operation Maliza Walivu has done. Mr. Speaker, if you go to the problem we have, if you go to Laikipia, most parts of Laikipia, Mr. Speaker, are now peaceful, except a few areas of stealing of livestock here, but we've never had the situation we've had in the last 2 years. Mr. Speaker, we have troubled areas in this valley. Number one is in the border between the Marakwet East constituency and Tiatich constituency, the 2 locations of Kaben and Endo in Marakwet East, and Mr. Speaker, in Tiatich constituency in Ngoron, Mr. Speaker, location. Those 3 areas are really very troublesome, and as a result of their trouble, they cause problems in Sigor constituency, Mr. Speaker, on the other side. And Mr. Speaker, we have asked the security officers to up their game around that area. And there are other issues that I'm going to say in general. And in the Samburu area, Mr. Speaker, we have a big problem within Samburu, especially Samburu East and some parts, Samburu West, Samburu East, and Mr. Speaker, Samburu North, particularly certain troublesome areas in those places. Mr. Speaker, because of that, a week ago, I was in Laikipia North, in Kirimon area. We have established a new operation base for Operation Maliza Walivu that will only focus in Samburu, Laikipia, and, Mr. Speaker, some parts of Isiolo and Meru, to get rid of these bandits who are hiding, especially, Mr. Speaker, in some parts of Tiati constituency and Mukokodo Forest, Mr. Speaker, which has become a safe haven for many of these criminals that are attacking communities around this belt. And as a result of that, you've seen our police officers are preparing for a massive operation, and we are working together to make sure that we open up also roads in particular the Tiati constituency, and again, as I said, Samburu East, so that we can access the areas where these criminals are hiding. On the case of Elgeyo Marakwet East especially, and Tiati, we have a problem, Mr. Speaker, with our NPR there. Their mode of operation is wanting. The people who have been recruited are wanting. Mr. Speaker, we are going to do a massive review. We will perhaps remove all of the NPR officers who are there so that we can have room to hire better NPR officers who can work together with the police officers to get rid of those problems. We also have a plan, Mr. Speaker, in these areas, and let me say generally, including even Loruk area, Mr. Speaker, to make sure that we carry out another massive operation. We are in the process of procuring drones, Mr. Speaker, that will be used for surveillance. We have realized that, Mr. Speaker, where drones have been used, especially in Laikipia, there has been great success. We are going to be procuring a number of drones, Mr. Speaker, with higher capability of durability, Mr. Speaker, not the ones we have been using in the past. And we are going also to make sure that they will have night vision so that we can do proper surveillance. We have realized, Mr. Speaker, a new phenomenon this year, where the bandits are now attacking people at night. In the past, they would come during the day, but there is a new phenomenon where these attacks are happening at night. What request I would make, because my colleagues here, members of parliament, we have suffered looking for peace in this valley, is that where leadership is required, I would really love to see most of the members of National Assembly, Mr. Speaker, participating in making sure they help us sort this problem. And I want to thank them for what they have done so far and the fact that they have been on the ground. And I want to thank specifically the Member of Parliament of Baringo South, because, Mr. Speaker, as a result of his innovative way of working with both the Pokots, the Njems, and the Tugen in his own constituency, they have been able to really make Baringo South a model, Mr. Speaker, of a peace in terms of fighting this issue of banditry. Mr. Speaker, I now go to the question of Honorable Ngaleche. Yes, Mr. Speaker, we would like to do disarmament. Disarmament will carry out massive resources. It will require a lot of human resource, but also collateral damage in a big way. Mr. Speaker, but despite doing this disarmament cannot just happen in one area. With the porous borders that we have with our neighbors, both from Uganda to South Sudan to Ethiopia to Somalia, Mr. Speaker, there is easy proliferation of small arms. Mr. Speaker, even as government plans to do this disarmament in the future or in the long run, we need to deal, Mr. Speaker, with supply of ammunitions, which we have discovered, Mr. Speaker, that most of the ammunitions used to attack people in the valley and many parts of this country, it comes from our own police officers, either procured from out of the country or from our own factory in Eldoret. Mr. Speaker, we are working closely with the National Intelligence Service to establish the people within the police service, Mr. Speaker, who are selling these bullets to bandits, Mr. Speaker, to kill our people. If we manage to deal with the ammunitions first, Mr. Speaker, we will have curtailed the use of that gun. We can reduce the gun to be a mere stick, Mr. Speaker, and we will be able to do a lot of work to make sure that this issue is done. But eventually, we must make sure that, Mr. Speaker, we deal also with the long-term plans. Mr. Speaker, for the benefit of this House and the country, Kenyans need to know that the people we call bandits are very young boys, between 14 years and 19 years. Mr. Speaker, the question we need to ask ourselves, by the time a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old is terrorizing us in this valley, we need to ask ourselves a more fundamental question. Where were we when these kids were growing, unable to go to school, unable to access opportunities for education? Mr. Speaker, there is a big problem in Tiaty constituency. There is also a big problem in some parts of Samburu constituency, Mr. Speaker. We have established that in Tiaty constituency, there is even a whole division that doesn't have a single road. You have a whole division that has one school, expecting small children to go all the way to go to class. If we need to get rid of banditry, we must also get rid of the cause, the main cause, which is marginalization, Mr. Speaker. This marginalization, if we bring everybody to the field, to reach a stage where they have water, they have schools, they have roads, Mr. Speaker, each one of them will feel, Mr. Speaker, that it is unnecessary for us to engage in this kind of violence. And Mr. Speaker, this House, Mr. Speaker, must make meaningful use of the resources that have otherwise been called marginalization fund. Mr. Speaker, we have said we need a major plan to open up these regions. And if we do not do this, Mr. Speaker, we will continue coming here, spending resources on operations. There is a reason why, when the bandits reach, Mr. Speaker, Laikipia,
it stops from there to, Mr. Speaker, and they do not progress to Nyeri or to Moranga or to Nairobi, because this is a civilized part of the country. We need to make those parts of the country as civilized as the other parts of the country, so that, Mr. Speaker, people will not see the need to engage in violence. And I know that there have been some plans for roads infrastructure. I know that because I was in that ministry. Mr. Speaker, that plan must continue. We must open that area. We must see the road from Maralal to Baragoi, Mr. Speaker, tarmacked. We must see all those roads in those parts of the country tarmacked. We must even see good all-weather roads that can help us even do operations, Mr. Speaker. And that is why, when we met recently with the Ministry of Defense, we made a proposal. That proposal is coming to the Budget Committee. We want to make sure that in the next financial year, there is real resources that is going to answer to the historical problem of marginalization. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Bumula.
Sorry, I forgot to answer the last question of Honorable Ngaleche on the village elders. Mr. Speaker, on the question of the village elders, I would like to say in brief that we have drafted a policy on village elders. It is now going through public participation. When it is done, Mr. Speaker, not just policy but regulations, it will be brought to this House. Then we can collectively decide how we are going to take care of our village elders, Mr. Speaker, and perhaps give them some honoraria that will make them proud, Mr. Speaker, as they also continue supporting us in conflict resolution and peace building, Mr. Speaker, and security operations. I will be coming back to this House, and I want to thank Honorable Ngaleche. She's a member of the committee. They have done a fantastic report on the question of banditry. That report I watched yesterday. It was debated in this House. Mr. Speaker, we are going to take all the proposals that have come from this House, we are going to take into consideration when we are dealing with issues of banditry across the country. I thank the chair who was here, our chair of the Security Committee, for a good job. Thank you.
I said 2 joy riders to each question. We must manage our time. Member for Bumula. The minister has made a lot of elaborate general statements on security. You should be satisfied with that.
Thank you.
Member for Bumula.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
007.
One, could the Cabinet Secretary indicate how much money the government has spent to acquire and implement the electronic travel authorization system? 2, provide the certified list of the technical service providers responsible for the system's operations and state whether the platform is hosted and managed within the country. And 3, explain how ETA system has impacted Kenya's tourism and business travel, particularly in comparison to the previous visa policy. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will respond as follows. On part 1, on the amount of money that the government has spent to acquire and implement the electronic travel authorization system, ETA system, otherwise known as ETA system. Mr. Speaker, following the presidential directive of making Kenya a visa-free country with effect from 1st of January 2024, the State Department of Immigration and Citizen Services introduced the electronic travel authorization system, ETA. ETA provides advanced security screening of the travelers before they arrive in the country. The State Department of Immigration and Citizen Services engaged a consortium of MES, Trivisory Border Security, SA, and Convergence Network Solutions to undertake the implementation of ETA and a self-financing public-private partnership piloting framework. For the standard ETA, which cost $30, the service provider was paid $8.5, while for the United States multiple ETA, which costs $160, the service provider was paid $15. As of 25th of February 2025, total number of ETAs applied were 1,596,799, generating amount of $50,568,810, out of which the service provider is entitled to $12,000,000 Yes, 12,255,013. This was a pilot project as the State Department explored ways of localization of the ETA solution. On 9th of March 2025, Mr. Speaker, under my stewardship, the e-Citizen ETA solution was rolled out. As of 25th March, the e-Citizen ETA solution, which is a local solution, and the ministry solution was rolled out. As of 25th of March 2025, at 1 p.m., at 1300 hours, 38,634 ETAs had been applied and paid through the e-Citizen platform. Mr. Speaker, regarding the certified list of technical service providers, Mr. Speaker, sir, during this piloting phase of January 4th, 2024 to 8th of March 2025, the State Department of Immigration and Citizen Services engaged with a consortium of Advisory, Border Security, SA, and Convergence Network Solutions. However, from March 9th, 2025, as I have already indicated, for sustainability purposes, ETA solution, which is localized and hosted as e-Citizen platform, was launched. Mr. Speaker, on question number 3, how the ETA system impacted Kenya's tourism and business travel. Mr. Speaker, sir, according to the Kenya Tourism Board Annual Report of 2024, Kenya tourism sector reported record growth with 2.4 million international visitors, a 15% increase from the 2023, and inbound tourism earning rising by 19.79% to 452.2 billion shillings. This is an independent and objective appraisal of the positive impact of ETA on the tourism sector, among other factors that influence the rise in numbers of tourists and corresponding increase in business earnings. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Bumola.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you, the Minister, for answering most of these questions. Now, one, when you started this program, were there any local companies on the project? And what was the criteria of onboarding them? Then two, now that in Kenya we have data protection laws through the Data Protection Act, what steps have you put in place to comply with the Kenya's Data Protection Act and the global data security standards? Now, Mr. Minister, before the ETA, there were those countries that enjoyed the visa-free access to this country. With the introduction of ETA, it meant that everybody has to pay some money. Are you disenfranchising them? And to what level does that speak to a foreign policy? Honorable Speaker,
Minister,
can he deal with that? Then I add two.
No, you have only a second bite, which you are already exhausting.
Okay, finally, Honorable Minister, when you started the ETA, you spoken of some companies, some of which are foreign companies. Where was the servers of these companies hosted? Were it in Kenya or in any other country? And how much in total revenue has been generated out of this since you started?
Yes, cases.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Can the Minister confirm as to Kenyans as to when the process of recruiting the chiefs and sub-chiefs of the new identified locations and sub-locations that has been done more than 5 years, it has been gazetted, and up to now it has not been resourced. We also have a sub-county, or a division called Kondo. The structures have been put in place, office has been built more than 4 years, it has not been resourced with the ACC.
On
Yes,
what in law
because he was discussing on the issue of chiefs.
Just them generis.
But Mr. Speaker, he is discussing on the issues of chiefs, and I don't know how would that one be different from...
There are some questions about chiefs that are still pending.
All right, okay.
Let's exhaust the ETA first.
Okay, thank you.
Reda.
Bwana Spika, Lamu inajulikana kwamba tunategemea sana utalii. Na eneo bunge langu, Lamu Mashariki, sisi tunauza samaki sana. Kwa hivyo watalii wakiathirika kidogo tu, sisi tunaathirika. Nataka waziri aiambie hili bunge ni kitu gani ilitokea Mangai. Mangai kuna chief alitafutwa na Al-Shabaab. Na kuna governor ambaye alisema kwa issue ya hizi vitambulisho ID. Akasema watu wa Lamu hawafai ni vibaya wasifanywe vetting kwa sababu Al-Shabaab ni hao wanaingia. So mimi nina wasiwasi na watu wangu wana wasiwasi isije hawa watu wamefanya kusudi to justify their point. Kwa hivyo waziri tuambie nani anahusika alikuja kumtafuta chifu Mangai. Kama ni Al-Shabaab tuambie, manake vile walivyokuja this time wamekuja tofauti kabisa. Ati Al-Shabaab wamekuja waongeleshe watu, wapeane watu tende kisha waondoke. Tuambie ni kina nani walofanya hivyo, na ujue inatuathiri sana sisi, uchumi umeharibika Lamu. Leo tuambie kinaga ubwaga ni kina nani, kwa sababu sisi tuna suspect hao magavana ambao hawataki sisi tupate vitambulisho, pengine wao ndo walifanya kusudi si ku justify their point. Asante.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwanza nikupongeze waziri, ulivyokuwa katika transport ulifanya kazi safi sana. Na niweze kuuliza Mheshimiwa Spika, utaniruhusu kwa sababu ni swali ambalo limenisumbua sana. Ndani ya Mombasa County, Mheshimiwa Waziri, tumekuwa na ukosefu wa usalama. Na vijana wadogo kama ulivyosema miaka yao ni 14 mpaka 19 wameshika vipanga wanakatakata watu. Juzi waliingilia watu pale Makadara ground wakati wa Ramadhani, na kisha tumepata hata cruise ship ya watalii. Watalii wamekuja ndani ya Mombasa, wametuletea pesa Kenya. Wale vijana walienda wakawaibia vipochi vyao, wakawapiga, mpaka watalii waliamua kugeuza meli imerudi kwao nyumbani. Kwa hiyo hapo mtaji tumeukosa ndani ya taifa hili. Na juzi pia umeona kule Likoni wajukuu wa bibi wako wengi wanakatakata watu mapanga, yani inakuwa hata mchana huwezi kutembea, usiku huwezi kutembea. Waziri, nataka utusaidie ama utuelezee Mombasa utatusaidia namna gani ili tuweze kuwatoa hapa. Nimeona Kwale mmeshika watoto paka na wazazi wao. Je, Mombasa mmetupangia kitu gani, manake imekuwa donda sugu? Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Minister, yes, Mama Kwale. Patia Mama Masito.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia fursa hii ili na mimi niweze kutoa hisia zangu, nimuulize Mheshimiwa Waziri. Kwanza nikupatie kongole Mheshimiwa Waziri kwa kupata wizara hii, na mimi najua wewe ni mtendakazi na utawatendea watu wa Kenya kazi hii. Kila wizara unayopewa una perform au unawajibika, unafanya kazi yako. Mheshimiwa Waziri, kuna hili swala la zile location ambazo zilikuwa gazetted. Kwale kuna location ambazo zilikuwa gazetted tangu mwaka 2017. Lakini mpaka wa leo hii iko Msambweni, Matuga, Kinango na Lungalunga. Kuna zile location ambazo zilikuwa gazetted Mheshimiwa Waziri. Lakini mpaka sasa hivi bado hatujapata machifu, hatujapata wale wa chini wa machifu. Serikali ina mikakati gani ya kuhakikisha watu hawa wameweza kuajiriwa ili kuweza kuwajibika na kuwafanyia kazi watu wa Kwale County? Pili Mheshimiwa Speaker, pia nizidi kutilia pondo lile swala la vijana wa vipanga ambalo limekithiri pale Kwale County sehemu ya Ukunda. Wanajaribu askari kuweza kudhibiti, lakini we need more enforcement, au tunahitaji nguvu zaidi ya kuweza kukabiliana na swala hili. Tunajua ni swala ambalo litaathiri pakubwa.
Kuna hoja ya nidhamu hapa. Yes, mbunge wa Bumula.
Honorable Speaker, the intention of having joyriding questions is that we remain relevant so that we can dig deeper into the issue that a question a member has raised. So I would indulge you, Honorable Speaker, that if we went that direction, we would expand this and make it easier for the minister, because a lot of members are introducing new questions that the minister would definitely require to go and research so that he brings substantive answers. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I have said many times, a joyrider must ride on a running horse. You can't just joyride on nothing. Questions that are supplementary to the primary question should be based on that question. Yes, yes, Bashir.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I want to, at the foremost, appreciate and thank the Waziri for coming up. Waziri, mine is related to the issues of gazetted units. And I'm sure the people of Sabito are waiting for you for the launch of the Sabito sub-county. And I'm sure they're eagerly waiting for...
Bashir, the question at hand is about the ETA. I said joyriders must ride the running horse. Now you are bringing to the track your own horse. Go on if it's about the ETA.
Honorable Speaker, I have heard the members talking about gazetted units and locations.
Yes.
So I just want to take this opportunity to also remind the Waziri that Mandera North has gazetted units in 2020, 2021. And I will actually appreciate that those units are operationalized. And as I said, we have a date with him. The people at Sabito are waiting for him for the launch of the Sabito sub-county. He has a date with us, and you are most welcome, Honorable Waziri, to our Sabito sub-county. Thank you.
Minister, try and separate the wheat from the chaff.
Mr. Speaker, with your permission,
I'm sure you can, all these are questions relevant to your ministry. Yes. Concentrate on Wamboka's question, but then as an orbiter, deal with those issues.
Because, Mr. Speaker, there is a specific question on the other administrative units. Yes. If you allow me, I will respond at this point on ETA, and then when I am answering the other question, I then...
you will then respond to...
I have noted all the questions raised by the honorable members.
To cases, you respond to Bashir and
Fatuma,
Mama Masito. Yeah, those who have asked about...
Zamzam and Rueda.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Now, watu ya Mapanga, Mombasa, pia, you'll deal with that at some point.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Yes, I'll deal with that. So let me just focus now on the ETA. Mr. Speaker, the local company, as indicated in the answer I gave, is Convergence. Convergence is a local company which partnered with Trivasory to provide ETA on PPP on pilot terms. Mr. Speaker, when it was now time to determine whether we should sign a contract, a long-term contract with the consortium of Trivasory and Convergence, Mr. Speaker, we made a decision in the ministry that it was better that ETA reverts back to the ministry itself and be run under ETA. This was negotiated with the consortium, and since they had been paid their dues for the 1 year they were doing piloting, and we appreciate the data they collected. At that point in time, I know the honorable member was asking where was the data hosted. It was hosted by the Trivasory itself, initially out of the country. But because of our data protection issues, because it was a pilot, and because of our data protection issues, we made sure that all data is returned back to our ministry, and now it's being hosted at Nyayo House, Mr. Speaker, and that is the data that is helping us to implement the ETA. Also, for the benefit of the Republic, they have been, in the last 2-3 weeks, 3 weeks ago, there were many complaints from the public that ETA is slow, ETA is down. It was because we had taken over and we are now ourselves perfecting the system. So we apologize to the public for the
challenges we faced when now the ministry itself took it. But the process is now smoother, and we saw it is fit and better that it is hosted by government. And if we want to upgrade it year later to integrated border management system, we will then invite in a competitive process service provider as we progress, but the service provision now is done internally within the ministry. Mr. Speaker, we are certified data protection agency. The e-citizen is certified for data protection, and we are also certified data processors, and therefore the data is safe within our hands under the data protection law. Mr. Speaker, on the question of ETA, yes, that was the situation in the past. It was realized that countries that were not paying any visa, you just jump into, go to the airport and travel, whether you are in Ethiopia or East Africa, a number of East Africa countries, or some other countries that we have partnership, you came to the country without paying anything because it was visa free. But with the convenience fee of ETA, people felt like those who are coming for free are now being forced to pay. Mr. Speaker, as a result, a decision was made in the cabinet, Mr. Speaker, that we remove completely from countries that reciprocate with our country on visa-free, we remove ETA payment, any fee, and therefore they travel ETA-free. And Mr. Speaker, that was also extended to all African countries, that they will travel to the country ETA-free, except where situations we need to deal with security issues or so forth, everybody travels ETA-free to the country. Mr. Speaker, yes, I've answered the question on where the visa,
the last one is about revenue collected.
I already indicated in the statement itself the revenue located. Unless you want me to refer again to the statement, already it's in answer, Mr. Speaker, the revenue collected in the last 1 year in relation to that, and the money that has gone to, Mr. Speaker, the partner, which is about $12 million. Mr. Speaker, has indicated in the statement, and Mr. Speaker, the money collected for the country is $50 million, Mr. Speaker. I thank you.
Thank you. Zambia. Now, the next questions all relate to operationalization of administrative units. Question 026, Zambia, you'll ask. After you, question 027, Joseph Tunoi will ask. After Tunoi, we'll have Honorable Mumina Bonaya. All these are about operationalizing administrative units. So can all those three be asked? Start with Zambia. Yes, Roida, what's the issue?
My question is not answered. It is about your ATA, because it's affecting tourism. The issue of Al-Shabaab in Mangai, which is affecting tourism in Kenya, not only Lamu. We are really affected. We want to know the root cause of this. Who is involved? Is it Al-Shabaab or who is it?
Minister, have you gotten
Mr. Speaker, the question was specific to the chief of Manga. And Mr. Speaker, I promised earlier that when I'm answering this question of operationalizing administrative units, I will ride on it to respond to Honorable Rueida's question on the threat of the chief. The right place to have answered this question would have been when we were discussing banditry. But I can, Mr. Speaker,
okay, hold your horses
together
and come
with
to it.
This question.
Okay, Zambia.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
We'll take three in a row.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. I rise to ask the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and the National Administration. Honorable Speaker, could the Cabinet Secretary explain the criteria used to gazette Nzai sub-location in Makueni constituency, filed Kenya Gazette Notice number 17 of 2024, contrary to the agreement made in a meeting during public participation held on 11th of May 2023 in the office of the Assistant Chief, Sultan Ahmud, which is in Mukasab County.
between the area of administration and the residents of Nzai village to retain Nzai sublocation in Kilome constituency. Honorable Speaker, 2, could the Cabinet Secretary consider the regazettement of Nzai sublocation to be within the boundaries of Kilome constituency to enable the residents of Nzai sublocation to remain in Muka sub-county in Kilome constituency?
Thank you. Joseph Tonui, Kuresoi South.
Thank you.
Joseph, go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Could the Cabinet Secretary provide the status report on the operationalization of the administrative units in Kuresoi South constituency, including Tinet and Kiptakich, Sotiki, Pararget, and Kabongoi locations, in line with the Gazette notice of 21st July 2017. Number 2, state the measures put in place by the Ministry to ensure these administrative units are fully operational, enabling the local population to access essential national government services conveniently and efficiently. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Momina Bonaya, give her the mic. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Cabinet Secretary provide an update on operationalization of newly created administrative units in Isiolo County that were gazetted in March 2022? 2, could the Cabinet Secretary state the measures taken by the Ministry to fast-track the process, including a clear timeline for their operationalization? Thank you.
Minister, those are very short questions. When are you operationalizing? And Zambia seems to be disputing the manner in which the location is created and so on. So let's save time. And then you can combine with the Mama Wala or Kwale and those who ask questions earlier about operationalizing the areas, cases, and so on.
Mr. Speaker.
Let him answer this, then I'll allow a few joyriders.
Mr. Speaker, before I delve into the individual questions, it is worth noting that 4 of the 11 questions that were brought here today relate to the establishment and operationalization of the new administrative units. This is of great interest to majority of the members, and rightfully so, because many administrative units, some dating back to 2017, have been gazetted and not operationalized. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, with your leave, I would like to bring before the House the current status of administrative units as follows, before I go to the specific question. The current number of operational administrative units in the country is as follows. We have 8 regions. We have 47 counties, which are administrative units for national government. We have 409, Mr. Speaker, sub-counties. That, of course, should clearly show that sub-counties are not equivalent to constituencies. Some constituencies have more than 1 sub-counties. We have 988 divisions, which, Mr. Speaker, just to mention, is less than the number of wards, because we have 450 wards, yet we have 988 divisions. And then we have 4,003 locations, and we have 4,003 locations and 9,112 sub-locations. The gazetted and not operationalized administrative units, which are subject of most of these questions, are as follows. We have 45 sub-counties. We have 291 divisions. We have 1,439 locations, and we have 2,693 sub-locations. So that, Mr. Speaker, as every member here will be asking why not here, why not in this county, why not in this constituency, it's important to know that these are the ones that are not operationalized across the country. The number of administrative units that have been prioritized for operationalization in this financial year of 2024-2025 is 24 sub-counties, 88 divisions, 318 locations, and sub-locations, which are 675. As you can deduce from the above figures, Mr. Speaker, there are 21 sub-counties, 203 divisions, 1,121 locations, 2,018 sub-locations that will be pending operationalization even after this financial year. Owing to the acute budgetary constraints, the ministry has been hard put to operationalize all the gazetted units, opting instead to face the operationalization based on the following criteria: areas prone to insecurity, vastness and terrain of the area, population pressure and demand for government services, promotion of inclusivity and minority representation, anomalous administrative units, a situation, for example, where we have sub-county having only one division, implying that an assistant county commissioner and a deputy county commissioner cover the same jurisdiction. And finally, available infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, the budget for operationalization of new units was not allocated this financial year, and the ministry has been utilizing budgetary allocation for development and recurring expenditure to ensure service are delivered. Mr. Speaker, to prevent future gazettement of administrative units that are not budgeted for, the ministry is currently developing regulations that will guide the establishment of the new administrative units. The said regulations will be subjected to public participation and thereafter forwarded to this House for consideration. Mr. Speaker, if I may emphasize here, problem why it is 2017, Mr. Speaker, is just before elections. And before every elections, most of the requests here are either 2017 or 2021, 2022. And there will be the same problem in 2026, 2027. So, Mr. Speaker, to avoid a situation where promises are made either by the Cabinet Secretary or even the MPs who are motto to their voters, Mr. Speaker, because of the pressure of elections, Mr. Speaker, these regulations are extremely important to defend and prevent all of us from making promises that perhaps we cannot fulfill, Mr. Speaker, and particularly a promise that is not accompanied by budget, so that then, Mr. Speaker, the pressure that we have at the moment does not ensue. Mr. Speaker, let me appreciate members of the National Assembly for utilizing the national government CDF to put up infrastructure for new administrative units. This has greatly complemented our operationalization efforts. Mr. Speaker, at the risk of sounding political, Mr. Speaker, many people who are opposed, including courts who are opposed to CDF, I find it very ridiculous, Mr. Speaker, because in the absence of these resources, we can't build classes, but, Mr. Speaker, we cannot build police stations, we cannot build chief's offices, and so forth, Mr. Speaker. It should be common sense and practical that these resources have changed the face of Kenya across the country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Hold, Minister, there's a point of order. What's out of order?
Honorable Speaker, keenly following the answer from the Minister seems to imply that most of the units he has done very well may not be deservingly created. He has to come out clear on that, because they did come up only in 2017 and 2021. He seems not to believe that they are deservingly created, but were only created for political reasons. Could he clear that particular point, so that when the Kenyans and the people are listening to this, they know that they either deserve those divisions or they don't deserve them? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I think you misunderstood him. He didn't say they don't deserve. He said the pressure to create those units seemed to heighten around election time. That is the way I understood him. That doesn't mean that they are not deserving. It is just the timing and the amount of pressure put on the establishment to do so. I don't know, Minister. That's how I understood you. Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, when you listen to it with your third ear, you notice that he's even now making a regulation that will control creation. So there's that implication. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, for avoidance of doubt, politics is not a bad thing. So I would like to inform the honorable member that making decisions based on political pressure is not a bad thing. It is the very reason why we are all occupying these offices, including as a cabinet secretary. So it's politics that governs the country. And if people are going to make a decision, it's just because of that. The only problem is that around the election period, the urge to say no is very difficult, even when the budget is not there. And it is rather obvious. It is a matter of public notoriety. So it is important to have the regulations in place so that the promise is accompanied by, Mr. Speaker, clarity on possibility of implementing that promise, Mr. Speaker, and visibility of that promise, Mr. Speaker, can be accounted for. Just the same way when you do contracts for roads and other things, the law says you cannot contract if you don't have a budget for it. The same way we should be able to do this. And then, Mr. Speaker, the criteria and the process of public participation, because in some areas it takes shorter time, in others it comes very fast, Mr. Speaker, so that it avoids favoritism and standardize the process. It's important to have the regulations so that everybody is covered across the country. Now, let me go to the specific answers, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the question by Honorable Zambia, Part 1, on the criteria used to gazette Zai sublocation in Makueni constituency. Mr. Speaker, it's as part of the ministry's mandate to enhance service delivery and bring government service closer to the people, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior National Administration, through the Gazette Notice number 17 of 2024, gazetted several administrative units across the country, including Zai sublocation. However, the gazettement of Zai sublocation has since raised concerns regarding its correct placement and administrative alignment, specifically, whether it falls under Zai sub-county or Mukah sub-county. Upon verification, both the County Commissioner of Makueni and the Deputy County Commissioner of Nzai have confirmed that the location of Nzai sublocation remains contentious and requires further administrative clarification. Mr. Speaker, on whether the ministry will consider regazetting the Nzai sublocation, Mr. Speaker, in light of the concerns raised by the Member of Parliament, the ministry acknowledges the importance of aligning administrative units with public consensus and existing frameworks. To this end, the ministry upholds the principle of engaging in the consultative public participation with a view to develop a proposal for amendment if necessary. Once consensus is achieved and a proposal is submitted, the ministry will proceed to table appropriate action, thereby ensuring that the administrative structure accurately reflects the will and the needs of the affected residents. The ministry remains committed to ensuring that administrative units are created and aligned in a manner that promotes efficient service delivery, reflect public participation, and reflect aspirations of the public served. We welcome constructive engagement and submission from this committee, from this House, Mr. Speaker, from the relevant committees and local leadership to resolve such matters amicably. And Mr. Speaker, we shall be seeking the support of the Honourable Member to make sure that this also is achieved amicably. Mr. Speaker, on the question by Honourable Member of Kuresoi, Honourable Tonui, Mr. Speaker, Part 1 is the status of operationalization of the administrative units in Kuresoi South constituency. Mr. Speaker, under the powers conferred under Section 14(1) and 3 of the National Government Coordination Act 2013, and in line with the ministry commitment to enhance governance, government presence, and improving service delivery at the grassroots level, the Cabinet Secretary of Interior National Administration gazetted several administrative units through the Gazette Notice number 5853 dated 21st of June 2017. Tinet and Kiblagich were gazetted as divisions but have not been operationalized. On the other hand, the Sotiki and Kabongoi locations were operationalized in 2020. As such, only the Bararget location is pending operationalization and among the administrative units referenced. The delay is fully operationalizing these units is primarily attributed to the logistical and financial constraints. The minister has yet to receive the necessary budgetary allocation to operationalize all the gazetted administrative units. Once funds are appropriated, the ministry is committed to proceeding with full operationalization of these units. Mr. Speaker, regarding the measures in place to ensure the units are fully operational, Mr. Speaker, the ministry has initiated engagement with the National Treasury to secure the required funding for the operationalization of the gazetted administrative units. Once resources are allocated, the ministry will prioritize the implementation and deployment of personnel and infrastructure to ensure these units are fully functional. In conclusion, the ministry remains fully committed to ensuring that all gazetted administrative units are operationalized to strengthen government presence and improve service delivery, particularly under undeserved underserved areas. We acknowledge the importance of these units in enhancing public administration and reiterate that their full functionality is a priority to us. Mr. Speaker, on the question of Honorable Mumina, I would like to respond as follows. On the status update of the operationalization of the newly created administrative units in Isiolo, Mr. Speaker, in exercise of the powers conferred under Section 14(1) and 3 of the National Government Coordination Act 2013, and as part of the Ministry's ongoing efforts to enhance government presence and improve coordination of services at the grassroots level, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior National Administration gazetted the administration units through Gazette Notice number 2969, dated 17 of March. Kone, and Chafes. Preparatory work is ongoing, and these units will be progressively activated as part of our broader decentralization and service delivery agenda. I appeal for continued patience and support from the Honorable Mumina and other members of this committee as we finalize the operational requirement of this House, Mr. Speaker. On the measures the Ministry is taking, Mr. Speaker, to accelerate the full operationalization of the above listed units, the Ministry has initiated the following measures in corresponding timelines. Budget allocation and resource mobilization. April 2025, the supplementary budget for operationalization has been approved, and engagement with the National Treasury is ongoing to ensure timely disbursement of funds before the end of this month. 2, infrastructure development and office setup between April to June 2025. Identification and preparation of office facilities, including land, procurement of essential equipment to support administrative functions, is ongoing in priority sub-counties, sub-locations, and locations. Mr. Speaker, on the human resource deployment, between May and June 2025, the Ministry is working with the Public Service Commission and relevant ministries to fast-track the deployment of the necessary staff. This is on the prioritized counties for this year, administrative units for this year. Mr. Speaker, official launch and operationalization between June to July 2025, formal inauguration ceremonies will be held in the newly operationalized units. Fully administrative functionalities of the sub-counties expected by July 2025 of the ones who are earmarked for this financial year. Mr. Speaker, that answers the question of Honorable Bashir, Mr. Speaker, and I think I have a date with him also in terms of visiting Mandera County and particularly his constituency. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, Sir, and Honorable Members, I wish to state that the Ministry remains fully committed to strengthening national government coordination and improving access to services through timely operationalization of these administrative units. We recognize the importance of these structures in enhancing security, public service delivery, and citizen participation. Mr. Speaker, and I truly request the House, this House, Mr. Speaker, that when the budget for 2025-2026 is being considered, Mr. Speaker, the 2.5 billion we requested for operationalizing these administrative units be duly considered. Mr. Speaker, we would really love as a ministry to be up to date in terms of all the gazetted administrative units, Mr. Speaker, before we can go ahead and promise for and plan and promise for the next financial year and beyond. If we can do this together, I know we have resource constraints, but if we can, through the budget process, find resources to operationalize all these sub-counties, then myself and yourselves can go to the ground and make sure that the people can enjoy closer service delivery in various parts of the country. Mr. Speaker, in line with your direction, let me then respond to the various questions that have been asked by members. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Rueda had asked a question about the Mangai, the situation of 15th of March this year, of sighting of some elements, Mr. Speaker, that came to Mangai location. and Mr. Speaker threatened the chief. Mr. Speaker, I will not say much because of the security situation that always obtains in our border country, but Mr. Speaker, the security forces are fully seized of that matter, Mr. Speaker, and they have already done the needful to make sure that, Mr. Speaker, order is restored in Lamu County. Mr. Speaker, as you know, we have a long-standing security operation in our border counties, including Lamu, Tana River, Wajir, Mandera, all the way, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, that issue has been, we are seized of, and our security officers have handled it very well. Mr. Speaker, I do not expect any problem as has been broadcasted. Mr. Speaker, it's also important for me to say here to our media houses to stop sensational reporting on security issues. Mr. Speaker, every country in the world, they put security reporting at a different, Mr. Speaker, plane from any other political reporting. And the sensationalization of the security situation across our borders is not warranted. Mr. Speaker, there has to be a proper following of protocols, just like other countries in the world do, especially when they are at war continuously with an enemy that is intended to harm our country. But our security officers have done exceptional work. And Honorable Wada, I can take this with you also offline. And the committee of, when the Committee of National Security invites me to discuss this subject, we can do it in camera so that I can give more details of the work that has been done. Mr. Speaker, I do not wish, and maybe let me take advantage of this opportunity also myself to say, I do not wish to do any political sport on security issues, and I do not seek popularity, Mr. Speaker, and I will not be seeking to be clapped for on these issues. But I want to say this. Our security forces, Mr. Speaker, are doing every day a lot of work to avert any possibility of this enemy who is roaming around our border to get into many other parts of the country and cause harm as it has done before. And many of these things that the security officers do go unreported. And even when we are provoked by irresponsible media to try to defend ourselves, we refuse, Mr. Speaker, because it is not in our place to try to reveal the things we have done and how we have thwarted certain things. But I want to thank especially MPs in border counties, all those border counties, for the work we do together, and the citizens of the border counties for the work they do to help us prevent resurgence of any acts of terrorism or actors in that sense to keep our country safe. And I want to thank our security officers for the sacrifice they make. Even when sometimes we get casualties, it's because they make the greatest sacrifice to deal with this enemy that is intended to cause harm in our country. Mr. Speaker, on the question of Mombasa and the Panga boys, as asked by Honorable Zamzam, I went to Mzambweni and I sat with the security forces because of the early this year, as soon as I was appointed, to deal with questions from Mr. Speaker across the country of gangs. And I made a public pronouncement, and we embarked on operations, Mr. Speaker, to deal with all criminal gangs, from Panga boys in Coast, Mr. Speaker, to confirm, Mr. Speaker, and Watizedi in Nakuru, to the all characters, Mr. Speaker, in Matungu, to all these other characters like Chingororo in Kisii. Mr. Speaker, we are on top of this. And Mr. Speaker, you remember the politicians had tried to use gangs in Matungu constituency and caused havoc. Mr. Speaker, you must have seen that in the last few weeks, as a result of our security operations, there is calm in that part of the country. There was also resurgence of these gangs in Trans Nzoia, where heightened political activities, Mr. Speaker, by local politicians were trying to recruit young boys to also being gangs, Mr. Speaker, to these gangs. Mr. Speaker, specifically in the Coast Province and the Panga boys, I want to thank the Regional Police Commander, Mr. Nuno, and the security team, Regional Commissioner, and the team for the work they have done to round up all these boys that are engaging in criminal activities, wielding pangas in both Mombasa and Kwale counties. Mr. Speaker, in Mombasa, just 2 days ago, we arrested 120 of them. And Mr. Speaker, a good number have been arrested also in Kwale. I will be going in my tour to the coast region from Monday next week, Mr. Speaker. One of the top in our security agenda is complete eradication of these panga boys who have actually terrorized residents for many years, Mr. Speaker. And this is an issue that we will give greater priority. In the meetings we will also have local leaders. I want to acknowledge the elected leaders of these both counties because they are really cooperating with us. And Mr. Speaker, without their cooperation, we could not have dealt with a number of these issues. Mr. Speaker, I'll be meeting the chiefs and the assistant chiefs and all the security people in the 6 counties for the next 6 days next week. And this issue will be of great priority. And I will be inviting directly all the leaders to attend these meetings in their county headquarters. Mr. Speaker, and I saw also the cruise ship issue that was reported today in the news, and Honorable Zamsam has raised that issue. Mr. Speaker, we have a department called a diplomatic police unit that usually works together with, not diplomatic, but tourist police unit that works with the tourists to make sure that they are safely escorted in different parts of the country. Particularly this cruise ship, Mr. Speaker, there was a lapse of operational procedure because the county security team were not informed of the team leaving the port to come to town. And it was during Eid, Mr. Speaker, at the time when the security team were covering various parts of the coast region during Eid because of the bigger population. And some of these boys, when food was being distributed in Mombasa, they came to various parts of Mombasa. And on their way, Mr. Speaker, one tourist was attacked and the phone was stolen and the tourist was bruised. Luckily, Mr. Speaker, none of them was seriously injured, and investigations are ongoing to make sure that we arrest those people. Mr. Speaker, in the last 3 months, we have had 3 cruise ships that have docked in Mombasa, and the tourists were properly facilitated and no incident occurred. In this situation, there was a relapse of procedure, and we want to ask our colleagues in the other departments of government that we work together that we maintain that procedure so that proper security and escort for tourists, especially when they are coming in large number to town, especially cruise ships, it's important that that procedure is followed, and so that no other incident will occur in the future, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we also did police changes as a result of this Panga Boys issue. A number of changes were done by National Police Service, by the Inspector General of Police, and you can see a lot of activity going on in these counties, Mr. Speaker. We will, during our consultative meeting next week, if we realize that there are still areas of weakness, we will make sure that, Mr. Speaker, those areas are addressed and changes are made accordingly. We want to keep our country safe, but also we want to work as a team, so that it is not the person of the IG being seen in everywhere so that the work can be done. We want to make sure that in the security sector, we will be working as a team and make sure that everybody from the junior to the IG is accountable. Honorable Fatuma has asked the question of unoperated gazetted but not operationalized administrative units. I'm sure my answer has already responded to that. And she also asked on behalf of Kwale County on the question of Panga Boys. And I think also I have responded accordingly. Mr. Speaker, finally, I think that was the case of Honorable Bashir. That's all, Mr. Speaker, I wish to respond. Thank you.
These hands are all on operationalization of units.
It's a big problem. It's a big issue.
Zambia, take your seat. It's out of order to be upstanding with your hands in the air. Yes, Basil. Let's see how much we can do on this.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And don't make speeches, just ask your question. And one
Okay,
each.
I'm going direct to the question. So could the CS explain to the Parliament why the Yatta sub-county administrative units were omitted from Gazette Notice 1766, dated 14th February 2024, despite timely submissions from the people of Yatta? Thank you.
Thank you. Ferdinand? One question, no speeches.
CS, I just want to ask you, with the authorization of these units, it's very important that we reorganize ourselves on KPRs, which were not there. They were there those days, but now they're not there. Now the new units, what are you doing about it? Because KPRs actually are very important units in terms of security, because they are localized people. What have you done about it?
Thank you. Kwenya.
Thank you, Speaker. My question goes again to, I want to ride on the established questions. And I had the Speaker, the Cabinet Secretary say that they have a list of the administrative units that are going to operationalize. And the priority is based on one, security, insecurity, population, and the like. And Mr. Speaker, I have administrative units in Kinangop that were gazetted, and I happen to represent one of the biggest constituencies in East and Central Africa. Among the 7 constituencies that are very big, huge in the Republic, Kinangop is one. I only have 2 sub-counties. The population is deserving. They have been gazetted, but have not been operationalized for a long time. I would wish to know, Mr. Speaker, whether engineer, sub-county, and the units that follow are part of what the CS is proposing to have operationalized.
Thank you. Makali Mulu.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my question will be a follow-up to what Honorable Basila said. Generally, in the Eastern region, Honorable Speaker, a number of the proposed administrative units were not catered for as they were considering other areas. I would want to know already what happened. And Honorable Speaker, in my own constituency, just to give an example, in my own constituency, Honorable Speaker, I have 2 locations where the geographical area being served by the chief and the assistant chief are the same. And I've been wondering how do you even, in terms of service delivery, how effective that is. I would want to hear what policy is there for areas where the chief and the assistant chief are serving the same geographical area. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Tongai. Give the mic. You're wasting
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Cabinet Secretary has indicated that there are some administrative units that are not going to be operationalized because of a lack of funds. And there are some factors that he has given us that will ensure that those administrative units are not going to be operational. Honorable Speaker, I want to ask the CS, can he provide for us some of those units that will not be operationalized in this the coming financial year? Because Narok County is affected. We have a Malo sub-county that was created. We have Narok North sub-county, which was created also, and has only a DCC and an ACC serving because there are no divisions. So, Honorable Speaker, if you could provide for us a list, then we'll be in a better position to answer our constituents. Thank you.
Farah. Minister, you are noting all those? Yes. Farah Malim.
Mr. Speaker, I have some 2 issues.
Only one.
Mr. Speaker, I was around and you were around when chiefs and sub-chiefs in security, high security areas used to be given paramilitary training and used to be given guns in APTCU. The chiefs who were abducted the other day in Mandera, if they had the guns, would have defended themselves, would have had a chance of fighting back. Will the government consider arming chiefs and sub-chiefs and giving them the paramilitary training so that they're able also to become the first line of defense of our people? Mr. Speaker, there are 2 areas in Garissa County where Al-Shabaab has just taken roots. In Fafi constituency and on the periphery of my constituency. And I remember when the late Ogle was leading a paramilitary force those days called Anti-Shifter. These people cannot be fought by using vehicles and running around with why don't we create that special force that tracks them on foot?
Point made. Nicholas.
Mr. Speaker, my question goes the CS on the issues of NPR and also the issue of the special forces. On a CS, the issue of creation of the special units in this country to address insecurity issues in some areas. But areas like Turkana, West Pokot, Baringo, and Samburu, when are we going to have a special unit to address the issue of insecurity in those areas of the North Rift?
Thank you. Naisula.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the issue of operationalization of administrative units, I wanted to find out from the CS whether security can be prioritized. Areas where we have insecurity, for example, Samburu West sub-county that has been gazetted because it's a matter of life and death. Yes, population is important, the service is to reach to the people, but where we are discussing about life and death, whether those areas can be prioritized.
You already said those are critical areas for prioritization. Did you say so, Speaker? Yes. The Minister? You did. Cherarot?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mine, Mr. Speaker, is about the issue of village managers. We've been discussing here in this parliament, Mr. Speaker, but up to date, I know there has not been
village managers or village elders?
Village elders. Yes. They are called managers, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
The current...
Okay.
That is a new title, Mr. Speaker.
Go on.
So I want to ask the CS that if possible, you should set a timeline so that they can be able to be considered, Mr. Speaker. The other time we said
a bill pending before this House.
Yes, we said they have to be given some Stephen.
Malulu Njendi.
Yes.
So fast track the bill, then he creates regulations and you operationalize.
You see, Mr. Speaker, what the CS... What the CS mentioned, Mr. Speaker, is that he's going to work on it. So I want to ask him if he can set some timelines so that they can be paid, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Zambia, I thought people are riding on your question. You want to ride on your own question?
Oh, thank you,
Members are riding on your question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I want to be a bit specific to the CS.
Order, McLeod, who do you want to inform?
I want to inform the
Who? The minister is not a participant in debate in this House, so you can't inform him. Under what standing order? Yes. He is not a participant in the debate. Take your seat. You cannot, he is not a participant in the debate of this House. Zambia?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I will be very brief and specific to the Cabinet Secretary. I thought this matter was just very straightforward because this is an allocation within my constituency, which was just subdivided to create another location.
But he said consultations are going on to harmonize the issues so that we...
That's why I'm saying I want to be a bit specific.
Isn't that what you said, Minister?
What I'm trying to say is that, Honorable Speaker, the time this gazettement...
You want a timeline?
Yes.
Okay. He will give you any answers? Mandazi? You want timeline, Minister? You'll give him when you answer? Yes. Give Zambia the mic again.
Honorable Speaker, I'm very specific because the time this gazettement was being done, the county commissioner is now the secretary to the interior and she's seated here. Honorable Speaker, these are just a straightforward matter which I thought it would be sorted right here, not talking about public participation and all that.
The minister will respond right now.
We cannot keep on spending public money when we have straight answers, Honorable Speaker. I think I should get direct answer that the gazettement should be done henceforth.
Point made. Mandazi?
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I would like to ask the Minister, based on the fact that he knows Nyongores very well, Nyongores ward is a ward that is at the border of Bomet East, Bomet Central, and Chepalungu. Normally, Bwana CS, when there is recruitment for any kind of employment, the young men that goes to Sigor are told that they are not in Chepalungu simply because part of the constituency that I represent is politically within Chepalungu and administratively outside Chepalungu. Some part of it is in Bomet Central and part of it is in Bomet East. Specifically, Itembe location and Kyogong locations. Those are the most affected.
Them to be realigned, right?
Yes, I would ask the minister if there is a way we can realign them so that the young men who are seeking for employment, whenever they go for recruitment, are not told to go back.
Thank you, Mandazi Omulher. You'll have an opportunity, everybody. Omulher, quickly, one question each.
Thank you, Speaker. Mine is just a comment from the Cabinet Secretary regarding the incident that happened.
Give us information so that those people who appeared before this committee can have confidence in terms of the response which we give them at the end of the day.
We relied on a document that was presented to Lance during registration, and the document that we have is another certificate of 2005. So, Honorable Chair, then the issue here is to determine which document is which one.
The reason as to why I was asking for documents is because I wanted to see the judgments, that there are 3 judgments and government is losing. And why the AG would go to court and say that we have no claim. And that's the same AG that has appealed. And then, because put in the position of the PS, I'll just give the presentation that the PS has given. But then you look at why all these other stories that are coming up. Why would a judge say, or a magistrate say, that release someone who was trespassing, and say that that person to be released, that the person was not trespassing? I mean, what is the reason?
The police have been misusing their power because even after they lost the case, they were not able, there is nowhere that they could get a court order and evict the police because they're the one to use that court order and make sure that they are evicted from the land. So the police have been misusing their power on this matter, Mr. Chairman. And even if they have made an appeal, is that they have made an appeal on a matter that they have already lost.
It is the government that has gone to court of appeal to appeal the determination of the law court.
Is it the police or the Ministry of Life?
It is the Attorney General, which is government, and the Inspector General of Police.
Why is the government now going to court again when they had already pronounced and a judgment made on the basis that the government had no claim over that land? This judgment was done by Honorable Justice Nyamu in 2008. And it is in that basis that they lost, because the council then, the government council then said they have no claim over that land. It's not their land. So in that position, the AG, why are you appealing against something that you said you have no claim over that land?
We need to give the PS some more information. It seems like to be lacking some of the documentation. And I think through you, Chair, it's good to be furnishing with a lot of information which we have, and it seems to not to have. And I think it should also not ignore what the Honorable Member said about the registration of this organization 1988. Right now, the PS is talking about 2005. That's a very big difference.
Our position from the records first is that first the document that has been presented as a certificate of registration by the honourable member is a document that has been presented now, and maybe that was presented by the Mitumba women yesterday or last week when they appeared before you. The question is, if they are this document, why did they use a document for 2005 for registration?
You know, you've been a member of parliament, that's what I started with, and you served in various committees. So you know what is expected when you appear before a committee. The affidavits, like those ones, they should be able to defend the case, the position that you have given, so that we can even take, you know, the land admin, the director, so that he can verify. That's why the chief land registrar is there. That's why the director of survey is here, so that they can assist these committees teaching together the information that we pick from your survey.
In affidavit filed by the my director of land administration, Bano Ching, he has actually addressed the issue of the receipt conclusively, which was actually filed in court. The receipt that is being used by the Mitumba is actually a fake receipt. It's actually criminal. And he has actually, in his filing of an affidavit, he says the plaintiff has severally referred to receipt number D216395 as the one which they paid the said stamp premium on 26 November 1990. That from our records and the confirmation from the government printer, the receipt series D216395 was issued to Nakuru District Commissioner on 27 August 1994 and not the Ministry of Lands. This is actually something that has been filed in court. So, Honorable Chair, if you want more information on this parcel, to be specific, I can be able to provide.
How has that land been moving from one entity to the other until it is now with the police? I think that may be the bit of the history that the chair was asking. What prompted the allocation of 28 hectares of land in Nairobi to a PS? Then with PS, there's also a PS here seated in Thika. Yeah? Does PS Treasury sit in Thika? There's a letter here addressed to a PS, Permanent Secretary, Treasury, PO Box Thika. And it is in your document that you've just presented.
Honorable Chair, I think it is just it's an error to indicate Thika, because when you look at the title, it is referring to the same address. When you look at the title, which we've at Annex number 2, it's Permanent Secretary PO Box 20007, and it is in Nairobi, Honorable Chair.
You served, you are the immediate former member of parliament for Lanata. You understand the case very well. Then we should have prepared a detailed report, like what we have from Mitumba. This is what we have from Mitumba. And we are not able to verify these, these records unless you give us that information. So when we come across a receipt and we don't work in the Ministry of Lands, we have to raise questions on the set.
As per the brief we got from the PS, there's no title or any record showing that the land belongs to Mitumba Group. And when we raised that issue, that Land Commission has actually given that determination, that the thinking of the PS was that Land Commission has no mandate to declare who owns or what title is there. So there's a conflicting issue between two departments of the government under the same ministry. One saying this land belongs to this group, because for you to determine that let's go for a dispute resolution, that this land maybe belongs to this other group. So now that the police have taken some part of it, can we now give or cede that other part to the claimant? So we are just going around circles here and inviting two different departments of the government, who one has made a decision that the land doesn't belong to a women group, and the other one has decided that it belongs to, or thinks it belongs to Mitumba Group.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. As I pointed out, of course, this examination that I found on record, and in paragraph 24 of that examination,
it is pointed out that it's apparent that records that could assist the Commission determine the authenticity of these records have either been destroyed or expunged from the Records Office. That was an observation by the Commission. And I think the impression I get is that probably the Commission was able to see documentation from the women group that seemed to be convincing, but then in terms of getting to the bottom of authenticity, there seems to have been a problem.
This land, 28.66 hectares, is a big land. What does the police do with all this parcel of land?
I think that one I can answer, Chair. Now being a former member of Parliament, Langana. That land, Chair, almost half of it is filled with police houses. In fact, there is a police station called West Park Police Station, and it has flats, units of flats. So the police have built houses for accommodation. But half of it is where if you drive along the southern bypass, is where the Chinese set up their plant that they were doing the expressway.
Wellness is important in our daily lives so that instead of just surviving, we should be thriving.
Ways to prevent a stroke or heart attack is for you to know what conditions you have by regular checkup. People don't know they have hypertension. People don't know they have diabetes.
I was pre-diabetic. I was afraid of getting lifestyle diseases because I come from a family that has lifestyle diseases.
How do you know if your cough is due to a serious condition? We'll have some answers. Stay well
and strive to make every day a healthy day.
Ndoa watu walikuwa karibia kashachumbiana, ametuana bado ndoa umwasambaratisha. Anatuambia kwamba tuseme hivi, Allah anasemaje? Anasema innal munafiqina fi ad-darki al-asfali minan nar wa lan tajida lahum nasira illa alladhina tabu wa aslahu. Yani wewe umefanya uovu, umefanya unafiki, pengine watu ni wanandoa wamekaa muda, wana miaka, mpaka wanawajukumua sambaratisha kwa unafiki wako, kwa uongo wako ulioka sumu yako. Alafu Allah anaelezea kwamba wasipotubia kama innal munafiqina fi darki al-asfali minan nar, watakuwa fi darki al-asfali minan nar, watakuwa katika kina cha chini cha ndani ya moto wa jahannam.
لقد صدق الله رسوله الرؤيا.
Hello, fabulous ladies. Welcome to the talk show that's all about sisterhood, empowerment, and unfiltered conversation.
We will be focusing on women. We believe in women.
We are really changing. We are creating a safe space for women to connect, thrive, and share.
Just because you're a woman on a bike, you're labeled in a certain way.
It's not just a talk show, it's a movement.
When they are standing, we need to stand out.
From heartwarming tales to hilarious adventures.
They could ask me, Catherine, why are you learning?
We are turning the spotlight on women who are breaking barriers in the individual fields.
You have to have a vision.
You are the leaders of Kenya today.
Keeping it honest and relatable.
Mental health is real.
Yes.
Where there is no communication, there is no relationship.
Join the sisterhood every Sunday at 4 p.m. on KBC TV for Dada's Show.
diamonds, don't complain on this. We was hustling, you got no say on this. I'm just being honest, I'm moving steady. You can't buy success, that got no sale on it. You know that God did, he never gon' fail on us. Too much people got me thinking I'ma save all this. I know the ops want it, they love this. Two-tone got that bust down like whoa, whoa. The streets crazy, they don't love me no more. Not one for pressure, but I'll bang for my bros. Walking in Giuseppe, I'll be 10 on my toes. Welcome all the smoke. Mama pray for me so I won't fall. Walking 10 toes. I be paranoid, but nobody knows. Anxiety, don't let the pressure get to your head. You know we play for keeps. Don't let it go over your head. Steady, moving on to greater. Never thought that I'd be ready. She let me, I let her keep her things. She told me, why didn't you just fight for it? All these baddies had too many. I promised that I wouldn't die for it. You just had to fucking let me. Now I'm married to the game, I'm in that. No more chains, I'ma buy me some gold. 3 babies, tryna make room for some more. Life learning lessons, cause you reap what you sow. Walking in Giuseppe, I'll be 10 on my toes. You know I welcome all the smoke. Mama pray for me so I won't fall. Walking 10 toes. I be stressing out, but nobody knows. Anxiety, don't let the pressure get to you. You know we play for keeps. Don't let it go over your head. Welcome all the smoke. Mama pray for me so I won't fall. Walking 10 toes. I be paranoid, but nobody knows. Anxiety, don't let the pressure get to you. You know we play for keeps. Don't let it go over your head. Steady.
When I was 7 years old, nobody told me that everyone you with ain't your homies. When I was 7 years old. Like going fast, but we kids and we thinking it'll be that way forever, so we waste time. Roam in the hood as a kid, seen be yet, cause we never went across the state line. Had to go outside just to talk to each other back then, cause we didn't have FaceTime. I was getting off track, seeing what a nigga seen. It was hard trying to walk in a straight line by 13. We was smoking weed and popping the Perkies. At that time I didn't even know what a perk mean. I was getting beatings, my mama would hurt me, so I had to cope. Numb myself from the pain I was told. 13 when my first song got wrote. 13 when my little heart got broke. Wishing that I wasn't born, but I did have a vote. 14 when I first seen what it's like with no support or no team. Prone to giving up on your dreams. I learned the definition of a dope fiend. Just somebody who's struggling better than life. It could have been me on a regular night. It's supposed to be me, but I put up a fight despite what I was told. My future was bright. 15 when I first messed up. Thank God I was all by myself. Ever since God knew I needed help. Love really do it for you when it ain't none left. I was about to give up and put my heart on the shelf. One getting locked up wasn't good on my health. Even though I had it hard growing up, there was still it's priceless. I promise the memories killed. Once I was 20 years old, I knew that I'd be great. Even though they did me wrong for so motherfucking long, it feel good to put a smile on their face. Cause I knew damn well I'd do everything that I dream. It just showed up late. But God's timing is real is the reason it made me wait. Once I was 20 years old, like finally showed me that some of those around wasn't my homies. Once I was 20 years old. Soon I'll be 30 years old. Some went platinum, some went gold. Everything I said I do, I finally finished. Soon I'll be 30 years old.
No more dares, only truths, girl, how about we go? Go up shelf, we not drinking Casamigos. Are you impaired? You're not there, but I'm a little. Clase Azul, got me singing I love you too. Bossy captain, class A girl, come drive my boat. Ring that bell, bet they follow wherever we go. Diesel got that Captain Morgan, pour him 3 more. Then stand up, please, let me see you put your hands on your knees. No more dares, only truths, girl, how about we go? Go up shelf, we not drinking Casamigos. Are you impaired? You're not there, I'm a little. Casa Azul, got me singing I love you too. Where you work on the weekend? Where you go on a Sunday? Heard that place is the hot spot. I'ma take you to brunch there. I'ma get you to Rollie. I'ma take you to Italy. I'ma need you to show me everything that it's gonna be. No more dares, only truths, girl, how about we go? Go up shelf, we not drinking Casamigos. Are you impaired? You're not there, but I'm a little. Casa Azul, got me singing out.
Yeah, cold and bossy, the passport, bro. But we ain't shelling out cash for all. No, I'm a little old-fashioned. Coast to coast out the show, smashing. Shots of Class A, me and Lil Bossy in Barcelona. The news just dropped, I'm a Barcelona. What can I say? Tell Coach Cliff to suit me up and I'll play. Winning, we at Tate Mayfair, you can't get in. The little back room where not many fit in. The prettiest girls all be grinning. They say I'm their favorite, they want me to lay with. It's blatant, now we on a MIA. We just hit Playa, they playing the dirt song. I'm on fire, a little red bone. She look like Maya and want me to try her, oh Lord.
No more dares, only truths, girl, how about we go? Go up shelf, we not drinking Casamigos. Are you impaired? You're not there, but I'm a little. Casa Azul, got me singing I love you too. All my life, they be trying to keep me down. All this time. Oh, I get it in and go. Try to owe me something, better pay your toll. Hey, hey. This one I spread them. Spread them. Spread them. Like, did you get the river? She eat her or the wheeler. I'm popping hella Skittles. And I can solve your riddle. We'll smoke you like it's mental. Do this crazy mental. I swap hood hero. Got Johnny Dang mental. On a pillow, got chicken wrapped in Nero. She's so blind and she can't hear. She don't want it no more, don't want to hear that. She don't want it no more, don't want to hear that. Get my own, I get it in and go. Try to owe me something, better pay your toll. Hey, hey, this one. Spread them. Spread them. Spread them. Seen way too many ones, but they throw some honest. And that whole life that you run from, baby girl, keep running. Keep running. It's special with me. Check my bank account. Ooh, ooh. It's precious to me. Got my anchor out. You know my baby now, special to me. About you time, about you dollars, you can keep the receipt. I got you down, I got you rooms, I guess you owe it to me. Cause you down and now, for your spot. I get you lit, drink, while you slip inside. She don't wanna, no more, don't wanna hear that. Get my own. Something better pay your toll. Hey, hey. This one I spread them. Spread them. Spread them. We got pounds all on the counter. In the spot watching the camera. I ain't never scared to take a risk. I know life is a gamble. Can't believe they turn their back on me. They left my life in shambles. I got money, thought they'll be happy from me. They run see me in shock. Starting gas, I can't go back. 50 million, my average. Used to work that kitchen cabinet. Can the block they used to laugh at. Now I'm what they grabbing. Back then they were laughing. Now I'm what they grabbing. My grandma else she want from me. She ain't getting no young. Backing like they with you. Turn your back now, put them on. Feel like the coldest ever. I got permanent new money. There was times I needed help. shout out to my cousin dog, he right there, ain't he had cause. Had to cut my brother off, I can't believe you broke the law. He did something to my head. Okay, got all of this money, partner, Lord, I want them ball forever. You know I could really use your help, yeah. I've been on the tractor trailer, shout out to my cousin dog. I couldn't have did it by myself, yeah. Okay, time and time again, I gave you last chance. Love life in the end, at least my pack landed. I've been on the tractor trailer, shout out to my cousin dog. I couldn't have did it by myself, yeah. You know the clowns you built for, they catching the clip up. The bros who represented themselves, yeah, beat the feds, ain't have a lawyer. Soon as they take the airport, we ducking the tab for us. Bro said can't wait till you see Alabama like Travis Barker. I've got security 12, I'm rocking with me, Travis Hunter. Had zero to burn fella, and I get allowances to my mama. From the projects to loading up a PJ for 50 family. Since brushing this on the dead man, they don't think this time. Can't believe my cousin dog, can't believe you took the stand. Can't believe my hood and all. There's a couple that shook his hand. Wanna make little Snoop a highlight tape, thank God he shook his hand. Had 1,000 of them on the tractor trailer truck, they saw before they land. Soon as they touched that hotel, trap out of rooms. Shorty woman paid to get a face beat, the metro bone. Posting weed on the story, you lucky the feds ain't torn that. I was acting like you know, she ain't even stop. Got all of this money, partner, Lord, I want them ball forever. You know I could really use your help, yeah. I've been on the tractor trailer, shout out to my cousin dog. I couldn't have did it by myself, yeah. Okay, time and time again, I gave you last chances. Love life in the end, at least my pack landed. I've been on the tractor trailer, shout out to my cousin dog. I couldn't have did it by myself, yeah.
Some might repeat with me, creep with me, now again, eat with me, sleep with me, cheat for me. Now my man, she's with me. How you just freak it so frequently? Peep it, see, I've been mad low like the deepest sea. Recently, my grind's been keeping me peacefully, but in my past, I leave that deeply. Don't ask no questions, don't speak to me. 5K1 confession, you have to speak tragedy. Addicts be constantly after me, but in my past, I smash and may not repeat. I compete, I critique, and take suggestions. And Zaza's in session, repeat, no more questions. You're stressing, my favors counting my blessings. Like Jeopardy, I'm out, ain't no catching me. Peacefully, I tranquilo, papi, but in my past, we in the bag first.
Yeah, LB fan, baby, in the building. Word. Get money.
Hey yo, hey listen, you can front, homie, I'ma play the back. Some say he fire, but to us, homie, whack. Now it's just my opinion though. See, I'm from the past when it wasn't cold hating if you call it trash. Back. I've always been underrated, went out, put in work, came back, man, I made it. That's right, the kiss and not some overnight, off the top, and this be some life, top down, breezy, been rocking over 20 years, this here's easy, don't do a lot, took it on the chin, came back with the combo, the boys for the win. Work, so let the games begin, better have thick skin for this game we in. Got the work poppin', supply on flow. Streets is buzzing.
Hey, twin, that's my twin. GLE, matching Benz, and my 10, 5%. Go round, pay your rent. To me, a Tamara, we drank down in Carrots. I flew out to London to blow back and hear us. I shut down the currency exchange. Across the street from my hotel. Bought every fragrance you can see. So when I walk by, you can smell. Call up Ducky, oh, I need an evil twin. 20s, 50s, 100s, I barely see some 10s. All it take, all I know, front row, fashion show, Balenciaga, the Paris way, Kim K, better get back with Ye, hey, twin. That's my twin, GLE, matching Benz, and my 10, 5%, go round, pay your rent, hey, twin, that's my twin, GLE, matching Benz, and my 10, 5%, go round, pay your rent, I call it King Rat
to the trenches, around and pop it. I couldn't really pop my I had to get back for my twin. Say free shifty till he figure exit. I said the 10. Me and Disky share the room, a double bed and jury in. Ask your favorite rapper why he go to him, his jury dim. Ain't no proper call to stay in wrongs, worse than the Knicks. When you tell a know that trick, you worse than the. But my twin to beat your, but do you worse than what? We not menace to society, killers got variety. I done seen some that super deep, I got anxiety. If you not my twin or my friend, can't get my addy. Go and ask my ops, belt that, I'm they daddy.
Hey, twin, that's my twin. GLE, matching Benz, and my 10, 5%, go round, pay your rent. Hey, twin, that's my twin. GLE, matching Benz, and my 10, 5%, go round, pay your rent.
Alert, alert, alert.
It's a whole lot of cap in this hoe.
Alert, 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 alert.
Hell no, I ain't dapping you, hoe.
Alert, 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 alert.
Big fashion, the fit, get a praise.
Alert, 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 alert.
Every pen on me, allergic to the fake. 4/5, hit my little like.
Chopper bullets made it dead.
The so pure, so crack, so weak.
Had it going 3 for 10.
Blood in his eyes, you can see it through the skin.
Stick talk, gotta lose again.
Had little buddy prostrate in the street.
It's a hell for GA, man.
Look, I'm from the SWAT, where boys will pull up with that grata-ta-ta for your top. A nigga hate me, he got CTE. That's why he really hate God. I've been creating space, pulling out their grave, clipping tags off a toe. Hey. And I ain't gaining weight when I say I got fat in this hole. Make the beat hollow, it's a hard pill to swallow if you ain't a real. If you're still whipping chicken in the kitchen, I can't build with you, I got deals. Operated like a field, nigga. Then I switched the house on a hill, nigga. But around my way, folks still keep a KKK, cause they kill us. Let us bow our head and pray real quick.
Yes, God.
Heavenly Father, I come against the spirit of wholeness. Let it never touch me, my wife, my children, or those whom we love dear. Yes, in God. Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Oh, don't do beef, that's lamb in a gyro. Keep a 4/5 full of pyro. In the hood, every dog I know keep burping, he like Spyro. Side note, lost so many wolves to the night, might hide like a coyote. Fat. Stick in hand, no maestro. I move like disciples. My flow bad like Michael. Eve came from Adam, feel like God pulled fat out me. Lipo. Sheesh. The wave I'm on is tidal, vital. Might go viral, deep in silos where they up the fight on rivals. I know cycles. Bump up nitro and pack rifles, but be stifled when they analyze the cycle of what make them homicidal. Maybe idols, maybe idle minds. Either way, I've decided that I'll liberate with all my nigga ways till we all united.
Remember old dude from 2019, nice clean, did me dirtier than laundry. Took a scroll through his IG just to get a DM from his wifey. I was so confused, what should she do? She didn't know about me and I didn't know about Sue. I opened up the messages and had to hit the Zoom. Turns out the girl was really a dude. Think he slicked back till I slipped back, got my lick back, turned it to a knick-knack. I moved on, dropped a couple of songs, and then I went and got signed. Now it's 2021.
Okay, I just feel like this is the perfect opportunity for us to just take a second and kind of unpack what's happened to you. You know, this guy cheated on you and...
Okay. Platinum record this, Bible record that. I'm making so much money, I'm all over the net. I'm moving so fast, no time to process. And no, I'm not in the gang, but I'm always on set. Wristwatch, drip drop, label want the TikToks. Now I'm making TikTok music, what beef? I need a cleanse, need a detox, but we ain't got time to stop. The charts need us. Fast forward me, 2023. I'm stacking lots of cheese and making money. My grass is really green and honestly, I can't even have no more. This is a really dark time for me. I'm going through a lot.
By a lot, you mean drugs?
I wouldn't.
Drugs?
No, it's a natural plan.
No, I'm not judging.
I'm not an addict.
I'm just saying.
I don't think...
You want to talk about it?
I mean, I like pills. I like getting money. I like strippers. I like to fuck. I like day drinking and day parties in Hollywood. I like doing Hollywood. Snorted Bollywood. What can I say? It works. It feels good. And my self-worth at an all-time low. And just when it couldn't get worse, my ex crashed my place and destroyed all I owned. Whoopsie, made a oopsie. $100,000 oops made me loopy. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Don't wanna have to turn a nigga guts into soup bean.
Whoa. Okay, Doshi. We don't want to revert back into our old ways, so we're gonna try a breathing exercise, okay?
All right,
when I breathe, you breathe, all right?
from a generation of pain will murder his minor. Rebellious and more jealous, a chip you for designer. Belt buckles and cloud overzealous and prone to violence. Make their own turn, be a will of the will alignment. Residue burn, missed at the inner city. Miscommunication to keep homo detector busy. No protection is risky. Desensitized, I vandalize pain. Covered up and camouflage, get used to hearing arsenal rain. Analyze, risk your life, take the charge. Homies, don't f your baby mama once you hit the yard. That's culture. 23-hour lockdown. Then somebody called, said your little nephew was shot down. The coach is involved. I done seen do 17, hit the halfway house, get out and get his thrown out. Looking to buy some car washes played out. New GoFundMe accounts to proceed. A brand new victim, a shatter those dreams. The culture. To let y'all know what it look like in a bulletproof Rover. In my mama's sofa was a doodle popper, hair trigger, walk up closer. Ain't no photoshopping, friends bipolar. Grab you by your pockets, no option if you froze up. Always play the offense. Going to work and selling work, late for work. Working late, praying for work, but he on paperwork. That's the culture. Point the finger, promote you. Remote location, witness protection, they go hold you. The streets got me up. Y'all can miss me. I wanna represent for us. New revolution was up and moving. I'm in Argentina wiping my tears, full of confusion. Water in between us, another peer's been executed. History repeats again. Make amends, then find out with the same skin to do it. But that's the culture, crack a bottle. Hard to deal with the pain when you're sober. By tomorrow, we forget the remains, we start over. That's the problem. Our foundation was trained to accept whatever follows. Dehumanized, insensitive, scrutinized the way we live for you and I. Enemy shook my hand, I can promise I'll meet you in a land where no equal is your equal. Never say I ain't told you. Nah, in a land where hurt people hurt more people, calling it culture.
In a minute, I ain't been dropping, time to go crazy.
My mind, yeah, tryna free my mind. Yeah, gotta threesome with these demons and I need some time. Yeah, I go easy up, they go easy down. When you get too mixy, my guy kick you out. Yeah, can't figure this out. She make me numb, but she make me smile. She make me talk more, but she make me loud. And she know I'm introvert, you know I hate a crowd. Here we go, yeah, back again. Where we going? Got enough to go around, so tell all your friends. Soon as the club over, put them all in bands. I remember this tomorrow, well it all depends. Yeah, drowning in sorrow. Yeah, back on that bottle. Yeah, I'm not alone. Yeah, I'll go to saddle. Yeah, drowning in sorrow. Back on that bottle. Yeah, I'm not alone. Yeah, I'll go to saddle. Yeah. I woke up at like 4 in the morning. Went to bed at 4 in the morning, in the club for an hour or something. I was up for like 48 hours, from the Capitol back to my Holland. Land over and back to Rodale, making sure that my circle is tight, so nobody I know got an angle. Got me drinking whatever this is, light up brown cause I gotta be gold. In my beautiful house, no friends, now I'm out with my Casamigo. And my mama don't dare say hi, she said, why are you single? I said, mommy, I'm sorry, I'm trying, but nobody gon' love me like she do. Ain't nobody gon' love me like she do. Ain't nobody be loving like we do. And I'd rather be drunk and numb than be dumb, not trying to be. I already said that. I already said that. Yeah, man, that's probably my ego. Yeah, drowning in sorrow. Yeah, back on that bottle. Yeah, I'm not alone. Yeah, I'll go to saddle. Yeah, drowning in sorrow. Back on that bottle. Yeah, I'm not alone. Yeah, I'll go to saddle.
Clutching my hand. Adjusting my she husky like mush rushing. You must be nuts rushing this. Slow it down like macaroni. I know it sounds like Zach and Cody. This life sweet. I mean high key and you might be something that isn't quite but slightly resembles wifey. I'ma need this nightly. You say you know all about Pisces. I disagree, but call it out nicely. I'm all on you, falling out my seat. I wish it was just us in this, but they can't trust us in this, cause I'm trying in this hand. Let's keep it on a hush hush in this. I told her she's so pretty, and she just blushed in this. She clutching my hand. I'm adjusting my hand. She husky like mush in this. You must be nuts rushing this. Slow it down like macaroni. I know it sound like Zach and Cody. This life sweet, I mean high key.
Yeah, 2 hands on my fro, staring into my soul. Leg up on that chair, hand on that arm, tongue in that throat. I don't play with my pen, leave it on a good note. Keep you on your toes, leave the TV off of this show. You a softy, marshmallows and black coffee. My mouth cold from this blue frosty. My back blown cause you blew it off me like you want me or what? Prove that with your spend some for this Who said that ain't love? In this base hitting real backhanded, insatiable. I'm like Pac-Man, we go back further than backgammon. Hey Jackman, I mean Jackrabbit. I'm running while I look back at it. Fans with me, some fan addicts. They cook kinda like we cooking up like black magic. Backs to 'em, paper talk, spoke facts to 'em. Makeup on for these pop features. I'm throwing some bad music. Yeah, I'm that stupid like duh. You mad cute, don't ice block me, let's touch.
I wish it was just us in this, but they can't trust us in this, cause I'm trying in this hand. Let's keep it on a hush hush in this. I told her she's so pretty, and she just blushed in this. She clutching my hand. I'm adjusting my hand. She husky like mush in this. You must be nuts rushing this.
I'm in my prime, but this ain't even Final Four. They know me down, but still my feet they can't floor. I went from living room straight up to sold out doors. Life's fire, but trust I'm ready for the war. Whoa, this is how the story goes. Whoa, I guess this is how the story goes. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it shows, I skated and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice, I'm just cold. 40-something milli-something, so I can go. From the screen to the ring, to the pen, to the king. Where's my crown, that's my bling, always drama when I ring. See, I believe that if I see it in my heart, smash through the ceiling, cause I'm reaching for the stars. Whoa, this is how the story goes. I guess this is how the story goes. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it shows. I skated and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice, I'm just cold. 40-something, milli-something, so I can go.
Highway to heaven, I'm just cruising by my lawn. They cast me out, let me forget it. Cold. My faith in God, mine in the sun, I'm by the soul. My life is hard, I took the wheel like credit card. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna save you, man, it's like a break, in the this is how the story goes.
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it shows. I skated and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice, I'm just cold. 40-something, milli-something, so I let go. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it shows. I skated and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice, I'm just cold. 40-something, milli-something, so I let go.
I guess this is how the story goes. Hey, back it out west, slang it out west. Go metallic knife, I can shake it out west. I just put a drum on a no-kill hit. I just put my man up, that's wet. I used to jump out the back of the bus, now I jump off of a jet. I used to tell a little baby to lust, then I got over. I used to like a banana that I love, bruh. The way she was drinking my spit, yo, cheating, she on my cover, we cut her. A shawty say she wanna gonna tip on body, baby. I want all for your lips. It's college girl, she can soak up a ship. I eat my leg and I take this on a trip. Hey shawty,
Hey, darling, hey, baby girl, my private. Close your eyes, it's just me and you and nobody. They suck it sideways if we in public or the driveway. Vibes in this, vibe on the chick, 5,000 bricks. Ooh, she bad as it get. Her mouth kicking sleep. She know she got the key with a 500 pussy. Take it out west, slang it out west. Go metallic knife, I can shake it out west. I just put a drum on a no-kill hit. I just put my man up, now it's wet.
It's up and stuck. Thought you can cross the game, what was you thinking of? Red coupe, roller coaster sound just like it does. These days I balance all the hate out with the love. These days I pour all of my pain out in a cup. GB, that's just a side effect when you with us. Easy, the dusters right behind me, they on edge. Believe me, we pop out in the city to collect. Vibes in this, they surprised that I live. Try, can't be killed, try that times, but I'm still hop in the whip, to hop right in the whip. Box in the whip, got me.
Hey, take it out west, slang it out west. Go metallic knife, I can shake it out west. I just put a drum on a no-killer hit. I just put my pen up, now it's wet. I used to jump out the back of the bus, now I jump off of a jet. I used to tell the little baby to dust, then I got over it. I used to like her, but now that I love her, the way she was drinking my spit. Yo, cheating, she on my cover, we cut her.
I'm getting this money, got no time to play with these amateurs. I'm established, rock and roll, like we back, I'm telling pay for the damages. Savage, running up bills and partake like I'm burning calories. Turning dreams to realities, how many man have we lost to the game is a tragedy.
Yeah, movie time, it's like I'm dropping a trailer. I'm that nigga Darth Vader, if I just ask, they'll do me a favor. Filthy with the material, sitting my arm on the interior. Ride on cowboys, nigga, we're Indians. Spider-Man with a symbiote. Outside with my Toronto, done some yardies, cover some Marlies. Just jumped in the car and next thing I know it's massive carnage. OG's here with the fathers, I'm in New York, just bumped to the Farfie. So with the lemon butter, add the sprinkle of garlic.
Take a pic, cause this is drip you won't see again. Skirt the whip with my feet in Zen. All these horses don't need the rent. Coles and no shit, there's no contenders. How you posting when we the trend? Got this gift like my shit's December. I guess this is my season.
No one can predict the outcome, but man brought round a 50-round drum. Had 9 abs and this your last one. Timing, just picture my palm, I'm piling. My see I fit no stylist. She sent me emails, can't find me. I think my phone's been on silent. I check in my junk.
OVER, not O-N-O, cause the price went up with the rank like Shabba. Silk shirt swag coming straight from Casablanca, but the man moved like Blanco. Been out here burning the candles, both ends covering all of these angles. Keep the hand firm on the handle, trying to put all statues on the mantle.
Max just chilling on defense. H ain't leaving no loose ends. Old school niggas from Peckham. But that no new friends. I'm making excuses and I got soldiers ready to shoot them. We could just roll out quick and just swoop in. Hitting like Ryu, ready to get duking.
Take a pic, cause this is drip you won't see again. Skirt the whip with my feet in Zen. All these horses don't need Lorraine. Coles and no shit, there's no contenders. How you posting when we the trend? Got this gift like my shit's December. I guess this is my season then.
I grew up with killers, now me in the mansion, soon like something. Shooting that clip till it's over, swear to shooting that clip till it's over. We mob out like the mafia, we taking over. We mob out like the mafia, we taking over. I grew up with killers, now me in the mansion, soon like something. Shooting that clip till it's over, swear to shooting that clip till it's over. We mob out like the mafia, we taking over. We mob out like the mafia, we taking over. Remember sleeping on the sofa, now keys give it to the chauffeur. The sign of dripping, gotta show her. Things I've been to over, I be getting to it's over. Chopper have it slumped over. On the south side with the young, we was playing with the toys. Now we all on the elevator, on the condo, getting water. First you hit around and she done the slide, so you better have a I came a long way from the project, still shootouts, they ain't sober. Las Vegas playing blackjack, that's my money all the way up. Going inside all night. It be hard for them to stay up. I be getting that money, get paid up. I be getting the flipping the wave up. There's some demons and fire that blast up. I know we tryna get it and live it up. I know we tryna get it, not switching up. I know we tryna get it, we picking up. I grew up with the killers, now me in the mansion, soon like something. Shooting that clip till it's over, swear to shooting that clip till it's over. We mob out like the mafia, we taking over. We mob out like the mafia, we taking over. I grew up with killers. Now me in the mansion, sing like sauce. Shooting that clip till it's over. Swear to shooting that clip till it's over. We mob out like the mafia. We taking over. We mob out like the mafia. We taking over.
If it went a UK, would I had an AK-47 with 100 rounds. Red carpet on my trackie and Air Max. They want a boy with a London style. We ain't got generational wealth, got a couple of mil for my unborn child. If I pay man £100,000, I can get man bum right in front of a crowd. That's GBP.
The price go up if it's USD. Better watch your words, I get you X, I get you tweet. I told lil' bro if it's personal, he better jump out and do it on feet.
We got something in common with scuba divers, working the guys in deep. If it went a UK, would I had an AK gang outside with a samurai sword. Night tech fleece with an Air Force One. My ski mask gone, but we don't snowboard. Go on a glide, leave your phone at home. What's wrong with these guys? They go and record. Sold a stroke, we was broke as hell. Well, until we broke the law. If I lived in Harlem, I would have been Mitch. Them man would have been like Ace and snitched. If it was Oakland, I would have been a pimp. If it was 1930 North Carolina, I would have been Frank with a mink. If the ops got nominated for the Brits, would have went to the ceremony with sticks. And the G17 would have came with a switch. If it went a UK, would have had an AK-47 with 100 rounds. Red carpet on my trackie and Air Max. They want a boy with a London style. We ain't got generational wealth, got a couple of mil for my unborn child. If I pay man £100,000, I can get man bum right in front of a crowd. That's GBP.
The price go up if it's USD. Better watch your words, I get you X, I get you tweet. I told lil' bro if it's personal, he better jump out and do it on feet.
We got something in common with scuba divers, working the guys in deep.
Latex gloves, I'm on the drill, watch them fall, Jack and Jill. Up on the op, 7 to nil, Premier League, I'm in the field. Two things that you'll never see is me run from an op up in my wheel. Got day ones and I'm with them still, fighting demons, swallowing pills. I still wanna deal with Nike, I can't get caught on no ring, so I'm inside out in the shiesty. We go through the front door, cause they gon' tell when that back door shit get spicy. Internet, if I catch you in traffic, the you gon' do, nigga, type me? Put this on God, I hit the once, she already tryna be wifey. I'm from the street and I got ops, I don't got time to go sightsee. Wake me up with head, put this in your purse and shut the fuck up if you like me. I fill up your closet with Birkins, buy you a wagon and make sure you icy.
Alright. If it went a UK, would I had an AK-47 with 100 rounds. Red carpet on my trackie and Air Max. They want a boy with a London style. We ain't got generational wealth, got a couple of mil for my unborn child. If I pay man £100,000, I can get man bum right in front of a crowd. That's GBP.
The price go up if it's USD. Better watch your words, I get you X, I get you tweet. I told lil' bro if it's personal, he better jump out and do it on feet.
We got something in common with scuba divers, working the guys in deep.
Taking a mile. You wanna just smoke my flame, but don't wanna hide. What's in my cup is pink, I crush my body.